2024 NFL Draft live stream for drinking Blue Kool-Aid. We join you, and we are just a few moments away from the start of the NFL Draft with the first pick almost in. We just had all the Lions legends up, the current and former Lions legends up on the stage, including Eminem. Detroit is rocking tonight. I wish we could be there, but we're not. But we're recording from our own homes. And we'll be here throughout the night. So right now I have my fellow Blue Kool-Aid crew member, UJ.
Hey, everybody. Detroit is rocking tonight, Big Z. Woo!
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a very intriguing draft. A lot of trades are predicted, especially with the quarterbacks in play. And starting off the night, we're going to have guests throughout the night. But, of course, is my former podcast partner, Barney. Barney, welcome to the pod. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Because we have you here because the Bears have two picks tonight. We're gonna have you reacting to both. And of course they have the number one overall pick.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, buddy. This is an exciting time to be a Bears fan, and I pity the NFC North moving forward today. So
do you have your pink phone and fingernails painted, Joe?
He's I didn't have the time today, but I might just run some gloss over.
So I mean, presumptively, Caleb Williams is the pick here, barring any major shock, which we don't think to happen. So Caleb Williams, what is your initial thoughts on him, and will he fit into this Bears team well? Just your initial thoughts, I guess, on him. Then we'll go from there.
Yeah, well, hey, I mean, the Bears, they're pretty shy to having a pretty decent quarterback in their entire history. So, it still worries me. It's not like it's a locker like that it's all going to pan out. But you know what the Bears need is somebody who is smarter than the person that's running the offense. We need somebody that goes to the line of scrimmage, being the smartest guy out on the field, being able to command the huddle and just understand where to go with the ball. So, what's promising is I actually think that is Caleb. I think he is in a league of his own when he is out on the field. I'm excited because it's been a pretty crazy fandom ride so far, and to get this QB situation figured out, it would be awesome. So
here's the pick coming in right now. All right, so there you have it. So Caleb Williams official now to the Bears. The Bears have like 50 people in their war room, Barney. My goodness.
Yeah,
a little overdoing it. So UJ, what are your thoughts on Caleb Williams?
Well, it was a foregone conclusion that they were going to pick him. He is a supremely talented player. There's no doubt about it. But there's questions about his persona, if you will. That he's a little bit of a diva and things like that. We can only hope as Lions fans that plays out and it creates problems for the Bears.
What do you think about Caleb Williams' propensity to hold on to the ball too long and fumble and be careless with the ball? Because he, he's up there with like the Sam Darnolds of the world in terms of his ball security issues in college, and that has not translated to NFL well for Sam Darnold.
No, well, isn't that a little bit what Justin Fields is about too, though? I mean, holding on to the ball too long. Maybe not without the fumbles so much, but he tended to hold on.
Caleb's much better than Fields in that regard. I think I just meant more of the turnover aspect of it all. Joe, does that worry at all?
I really don't get worried as much. I know the numbers are similar, and when you look at it, it's shock value there, but. When you look at his 2022 tape, he really played within the system, got the ball out to Jordan Addison and the guys that he had. I will say in 2023, like this past year, not quite as dominant of an offense. His offensive line was pretty bad, and a lot of people talk about his hero ball. I think he really already knew he was going to be the number one pick in the draft, and I think he just understood that each and every game he had to score. I think he averaged 41 points a game. Like he had to score like 48 to win every single game or something like that. So he played a little hero ball. He tried to make too much work. But I mean, he's shown that when he has a team around him, that he can play within the system and play effective and really well. So I don't get too scared. I know the holding on to the ball is not something you want to do, but he's got such quick release. I think he's gonna excel in the next league.
Fair enough. Last question for you, because we're gonna have you on later reacting to the 9th pick as well, or whenever they pick if they decide to trade it. But do you think the Bears have the right offensive staff in place to help Caleb Williams succeed with Shane Waldron?
With Shane Waldron, dude. I mean, I'd love to act like I know a whole lot about him. I know some tendencies. He loves 2 tight end sets. But at the end of the day, like the Seahawks beat writers, they had a couple different ways to describe him. Some were high, some were low. So we're just gonna have to see how it plays out. What I will say is, I don't think any star quarterback or top prospect has ever walked into a system that he's about to walk into. Having DJ Moore, having Keenan Allen, having a pretty decent O-line already. We need some fortifications there, but I mean, he's got weapons. He's got guys that are not me guys, but give me the damn ball guys. Like, I'm going to get open. And so that's going to help any rookie, any quarterback. So, this is exciting. I think we're going to be a lot of fun, but I'm trying to temper my expectations.
All right. Well, Joe, we want to thank you for hopping on here to react to the first pick. We'll get your thoughts on the next pick for the Bears later on tonight here. So we'll have you hop on later.
And Joe, don't temper your expectations, man. Get excited for your team, man. Come on, what the hell? Come on,
you've seen the Bears screw up quarterback after quarterback after quarterback.
I don't care. If this is the Lions picking, we'd be excited. We'd be jumping out of our shoes, man. We'd be so excited. And you're tempering your expectations. Good Lord.
Fair enough. I've just been through some shit, and I know you have too, but I'm scared. See you later.
Yeah,
boys.
but that shit, there could be a pony. You know how that story goes, but that's kind of the way the Lions look at life. So Lions fans, I should say.
But hey, you guys are thriving. So hey, NFC championships, right? Close to it.
Oh, yeah, close to it. The North is going to be unbelievable next year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
All right, boys. Well, I'll see you around the 9th pick.
All right, thanks.
All right.
So, UJ, who do you think goes to – who do you think's the better quarterback? Jaden Daniels seems to be the favorite. But I think Drake May is the better quarterback, and it doesn't seem, based on the odds, that he will be going here at 2.
I tend to agree with you. I think Drake May is the better, more NFL-ready quarterback, too. But I don't know. This is going to be an interesting one here with Washington. Washington has had a lot of bad luck with quarterbacks, too, in recent memory. So
yes, they have.
I
but
think
they've
they're
also
going to be very
had
careful.
horrible ownership, and now they finally have a new owner.
This is true.
Dan Snyder he was horrible. He was Ford.
Oh, yeah.
Arguably worse than Ford in some ways.
Well,
especially the way they handle their stadium. Well, their stadium is garbage. They don't invest really in the team at all. I guess the Lions weren't really investing in a team for a while there either. So
true.
But the pick is in for Washington. It doesn't. There's some rumors they'd trade it. I don't think that's happening here.
Doesn't look like it.
Number 3, New England. They might be looking to trade back, although they need a haul and a half, which I don't think they're getting either. It's interesting to see each of these teams' war rooms too, UJ. The Bears had like 50 people in their room. The Lions typically only have like 10 to 12, just top brass, including the owner.
I wonder who all those people were in the Bears.
Yeah, that was
family and friends. Bring your kid draft day.
But Jaden Daniels.
I don't know, man.
The size on him. A lot of people don't think he's going to last just from an injury perspective, because he's so tiny and he has a tendency to just lay his body on the line. And one thing to do in college, another thing to do in the NFL.
That's true. Well, if I was betting man, which I'm not that much of a betting man, but I'd say Drake May is going to be the pick right here, personally.
Okay. Well, it was about even to start the week, but now Jaden Daniels coming into the night was like minus 700 or something. So
Well, since the beginning of this process, he's been climbing on a lot of people's boards.
yeah.
So,
All
so it's
right,
going to
here
be
we go.
interesting.
Pick is coming in now.
Where
There
are you
it
watching
is.
it
They
on?
went Jaden Daniels.
Oh, good thing I'm not a betting man.
I think they're going to live to regret that decision. And now New England might get another premier quarterback. A lot of people, a lot of people in a lot of circles, scouting circles, apparently, like, I don't know. It all depends on the team, right? They have
Yeah,
Cliff Kingsbury as their offense coordinator. He's a very Kyler Murray-esque kind of talent in terms of like smaller speed, looking to
right.
run. It's just these guys when they get hurt and they can't run, they're severely limited, especially at that size. Like he's short.
Right. And you can't outrun people in the NFL too much. Not like in college. But
But that's what makes Mahomes has the speed, but he can play from the pocket.
right. And to me, no matter what your physical talent is as a quarterback, you got to be able to play from the pocket in the NFL.
I mean, he's 6 foot.
You have to.
He's 6'3". I guess he's a little taller than I thought, but he's very light. He is 210, and that's really stretching it. Honestly, people project him more to be around 200 pounds. Drake May is at 225, and a lot of the scouts think that's underselling it, and he'll probably be like 240 by the time he's like in his third year in the NFL.
The next Josh Allen, right?
I mean, Jade Daniels lit up college football and the SEC. So, but we've seen these guys before. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I would definitely have gone Caleb Williams over Jane Daniels. That's for sure. But I don't know. I mean, he's definitely a special athlete. But
well,
one thing to do in college, one thing to do in college.
People fall in love with these mobile quarterbacks now. You know, that's the way the NFL is these days.
And he also had 2 elite wide receivers on that offense as well. So, and an elite offensive line. He's hardly ever touched in all his highlights, which is interesting as well. Like a guy like Drake May had an awful offensive line. Caleb Williams had an awful offensive line.
Right.
Jane Daniels did not have that problem. So, always an interesting little tidbit.
Yeah, but you're right. That all comes down to how they're coached up, you know. And
Cliff Kingsbury has not shown he's a good offensive coordinator in the NFL.
And especially the first couple of years of a quarterback's development, it seems like, you know, how many of these guys just get ruined in the first couple of years, right? And then next thing you know, they're perennial backups in the NFL when they were, you know, touted to be a starter.
Yeah.
First round pick. I don't know. The kid's a great athlete.
If you're watching, if anybody's watching and wants to comment, we'd love to see your thoughts throughout the night about your team's draft pick. If you're not a Lions fan, if you are a Lions fan, your thought just in general about any of these players being drafted. But
okay, we got the Patriots on the clock now.
Those 2 picks came pretty fast, I thought.
Yeah, not too bad. Hey Z, while we're between picks here, what do you think of the Lions re-signing Penny Sewell to a long extension? And let's talk about it, man.
I love it.
I do too.
I mean, great deals. Sewell's locked up pretty much for 5 to 6 years. A lot of these deals are backloaded, right. We should note. So like Amon-Ra and Panay. Also, before I give a shout out, look at this like popping up on YouTube right now. We have like the tweet from Mike Garofalo showing the extension, 85 guaranteed for Sewell. Yeah. But I just want to mention that our producer Kid J, everything he put tonight, I meant to say that at the top, is amazing. So thank you to our producer Kid J for everything he's doing to put our live stream together tonight.
Absolutely.
on YouTube. That's at DTBK, or type in Drinking a Blue Kool-Aid and subscribe on the channel there to get any future live streams or podcasts that we do as well. So, but anyways, back to that. Usually, I know you like the deals, right? I mean, these are two
I
the
do.
cornerstone and the guys that are the identity of our team.
Yes, and I think the lines are smart, actually, even though it looks like they're paying a boatload, which they are. A year or two from now, these deals are going to look like bargains, and these guys will be locked up. So I think they're smart, sort of jump in the market before someone else establishes the market to make it even higher. I think we were kind of smart to do it the way we did. Everyone's happy. I think we're going to be happy long term. And locking down Sewell and Amon-Ra is just vital. These guys are linchpins of this team. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm definitely happy about it.
Absolutely. And Amon-Ra's only like 8 million in the next couple of years. Actually, it's West. It's like 2 million against the cap. But in the last 2 years, it's like 27 and 32. So they'll probably restructure it. They usually make it a signing bonus, and then that means more dead cap in the future from that point. That's what a lot of these other teams do. The Lions are doing the same thing. It's always funny. Like, these teams seem to be limited by the cap, quote unquote, but they always seem to make it work.
Yes, they do.
But some teams don't. Like the Bengals right now won't make a deal with T. Higgins or Trey Hendrickson. So the third pick is in UJ. Let's see what it's most likely Drake May.
Okay. Where are you
Drake
watching
May,
it on,
Drake
Z?
May.
Z, what are you watching?
I'm watching on ESPN.
Okay.
So quarterback.
Just keep picking them, baby. Keep picking them.
As projected. This is where it gets interesting. Will Arizona trade? Last year, Arizona traded out of 2, then traded back up. So Drake May, I think, is the best quarterback in this draft. I didn't want to tell Barney that, but I think the Patriots got a steal here at number 3. If we're being honest,
I agree with you. I think this kid's going to be really good.
He is more of the prototypical NFL quarterback. He is a risk taker, though. He's got a lot of Josh Allen in him, so he's going to need to be coached up well. But he can make some unbelievable throws, like that first one in the highlight there. That's an unreal throw. I know they played Notre Dame a couple times. He had a horrible. I mean, what do you think when you watch a lot of Notre Dame games? What do you think of him when you watched him against Notre Dame?
I don't remember being overly impressed at the time during that game, but I didn't know much about the guy at the time.
Yeah.
So I really can't say from that sighting of him, but
he's got sneaky speed too. He's an athlete. He can run the ball, and he can survive the hits.
Well, exactly. That's it. That's, to me, that's the Josh Allen comparison right there. The way he runs, kind of looks like him. Sort of, he's big. He can take the hits. He can deliver a hit.
Yeah. So, showing his highlights, he has a couple left-handed throws. It's funny. But he's really fun to watch. If I'm New England, I'm absolutely stoked to get him at 3, because you get arguably what some people thought was the number 1 quarterback in this draft. That's 3 quarterbacks already in this draft. The next one that people think is going to go with JJ McCarthy. A lot of people think the Vikings will trade up to 4 or 5 here to get him.
Well, that'll be curious. Arizona's here, and you got Marvin Harrison Jr. on the board.
Yep. He's good. He's very, very good. A lot of people, but there's a lot of talk lately that he might not be the number 1 wide receiver on a lot of scouts draft boards because his ceiling isn't as high as that of like a Malik Neighbors.
All a ruse. He's.
I mean, have you watched Malik Neighbors? The man is ridiculously explosive.
I know. There's some great receivers in this draft, so
it's loaded.
Yeah, even if the Cardinals do trade back, they can still get a good receiver. So it is.
And there was a lot of talk that the Lions are looking to trade up in this draft, possibly tonight, UJ, which is interesting.
If they do that, who do you think they would go? Do you think they'd go for a receiver?
No. Who would you be comfortable with them trading? Like, let's say it's in the teens. Who would you be comfortable with them trading up for? Because it's going to be, obviously, we're losing significant draft capital.
You kind of know who I mean, I'm in the O-line camp here for our first pick. So there's a couple guys I would probably even move up for. Jackson Powers, Booth is that his name? And
Jackson Powers Johnson
and Graham Barton are 2 that I like a lot.
I don't think Jackson Powers Johnson is going to get drafted tonight. That's one of my bold predictions, if you will.
Really?
I don't. I think the medicals on him are too. They're going to scare off teams from drafting him in the first round. He had multiple concussions in college. He had a couple surgeries in college. And also, I'm changing my prediction from the pod, UJ. I think the Lions, if they don't trade back, I don't think they're trading up. I don't think they have the draft capital to do it. I think they either trade back, but if they don't trade back, then they're going Jazard Newton, the D tackle from Illinois. So that's my prediction for tonight.
Okay.
So I'm changing it. I know you have Graham Barton. I don't think he lasts. If he lasts to the Lions, that would be amazing.
I agree. I think it's gonna be tough for him to fall that far.
But man, if you get Newton and the way Lee McNeil has progressed,
yeah,
that's extremely exciting. I really hope if he falls to the Lions.
Well, if they go D-line,
two-time defensive Big Ten Player of the Year, that the Big Ten that prides itself on defense. So,
yeah, he's a dynamic player. I agree with you, but I do think that they will not go edge here because I don't think there's an elite edge that will be there at 29, and they're not going to take one. They may take a D tackle. I can see that definitely, but not an edge guy. I don't think there's that many in the draft to warrant it. At least that deep in the draft, anyway. Like if a Jared Verse was to fall or something like that, I could maybe see it, but there aren't too many guys. This is going to be interesting. All right, the Cardinals pick is in. They did not trade it, Z.
Yeah, probably Harrison. It'd be shocking if it wasn't Harrison.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought they might have traded out, but I mean, the Cardinals need a wide receiver, so. And Marvin Harrison's about as good as you're going to find as an NFL draft prospect. I'll obviously outside of like a Calvin Johnson or Jamar Chase.
Now there's Drake Bay's left-handed pass. I just watched that highlight. That was pretty good.
Here's the pick. There it is, Marvin Harrison.
Aha!
That's fun. That's a fun.
No surprise to me.
A healthy Kyler Murray with him is really fun.
Yeah.
So for the Cardinals fans out there,
yeah, I know. Give him some weapons. All the Cardinals fans I know aren't too big of fans of Kyler Murray, so. But maybe if you had some people to throw it to. Okay, who we got next? San Diego, LA Chargers.
he's so smooth in everything that he does. He's very he just gets open. He gets separation. He didn't really do like a lot of workouts to truly get like his measurables on everything, especially like speed. Let me see if there's
some guys just kind of don't have to.
Well, he knew he's a top 5 pick no matter what, so he's like, why risk injury or falling?
Exactly.
He did not run the 40. He did not run the 40. He was reported to be like around 4.35, 4.4. But he's 6'3", perfect height, 210. And he's the son of a legend. So
now, I would have traded up for this guy.
Marvin Harrison? Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Would probably cost us our whole draft though.
Marvin Harrison and Peyton was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just some simpatico, those two.
What a combo that was.
Yep. Just in the right spot all the time.
And who knows? Maybe Harrison Jr. will team up with Arch Manning, in a couple of years. You never know.
That would be something, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh. That would be wild. Arch Manning's got to start an NFL or a college game first, though. So
yeah, well, supposedly he wowed him in their team game, the team scrimmage.
Yeah, but he's going to be the backup again.
Yeah, but he was throwing some dimes in that scrimmage.
So I guess
It's just weird.
New England
him
had
accepting the backup role.
New England had big time trade offers, like multiple first rounders and such, and they declined them. So
interesting.
Yeah. But it's offense, offense, offense. This is where a lot of people thought the Chargers might trade back here. Because they don't need a quarterback, obviously. And a team that's desperate for quarterback. The Broncos and the Vikings.
So you got Jim Harbaugh running this team. What are you seeing?
If they stay with it, it's offensive line.
Yeah.
Although it's kind of hard to pass up on an elite wide receiver. Like, if you're the Chargers, who do you take? Joe Alt is the
that's the popular pick here.
Popular
but
offensive lineman. JC
you might be
Latham's
right though. You know, an offensive receiver or that's a weapon could be a valuable thing here. So I don't know. It's a tough one.
Do you like Joe Alt?
You know what? I'm mixed on Joe Alt too. I don't even know if he's the best O tackle here, although I do think he's very good. I do think he's very good.
It would stink to get out of that massive crowd if you're sitting in the middle of it.
Yeah, I gotta take a leak. I gotta take a leak. Get me out of here.
You're not getting your spot back if you leave.
Oh.
Let's see. Wow. It looks really cool. They got a beautiful night for it too in Detroit. Holy cow.
Oh my God.
You couldn't ask for a better night. It's like they planned it.
Downtown Detroit is looking good right now.
It's looking great. Man, that place got to be buzzing tonight and tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had a bunch of other stuff throughout the week, too. They were doing, like, a lot of draft prospects going to schools in the community and things of that nature. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, as you know, we were there for the playoff game, and it's kind of a nice nightlife in Detroit. It's a lot of fun things to do. There's some nice bars.
Yeah,
and places
definitely now, especially
the town's going to be happening.
Especially how they built it up in the last decade.
Yeah.
And it looks like the Chargers are not going to be trading, so uneventful, less eventful than we thought for the first 5 picks here. Yeah, at least the reports are reporting that the Chargers will be making a pick here.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go with the O-line here. I think they're going to go O-line.
Yeah, the draft's going chalk right now. A lot of people had going with Joe Alt here, so.
Yeah, Jackson Powers Johnson. I didn't realize the stuff about the concussions when you're telling me that. That is concerning.
Right.
Injuries are injuries, but concussions, that's a different story, man. You have too many of those. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, who do you wait? You said if you said Joe Alt isn't the best offense tackle, who's the best offense tackle tonight? Then
I was thinking that kid from trying to remember the name now.
JC Latham, Alabama.
I was thinking the kid from Washington.
But
I think he's an inside O lineman though. I guess my mind's been kind of around inside O line guys. Guards and centers. That's where my mind's been thinking of the Lions. And I was concentrating on most of those guys. As far as just pure tackles, yeah, Joe Alt's he might be the best one out there.
Talise, I mean, there's a lot. They're projecting as many as 10 tackles going in the first round here potentially, or 10 offensive linemen rather. Sorry, Joe Alt, Olu Fashanu out of Penn State, JC Latham, Talise Fuaga, Amarius Mims. Amarius Mims might be the best of them all by the end if he's coached up right. He's a athletic freak. He hasn't played a lot. Just because Georgia is so loaded. Tyler Guyton is another one that might go into first round here. Sua Matia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, out of BYU.
Yeah.
Then if we go to the guards, obviously Graham Barton, mentioned Jackson Powers Johnson.
And Barton's like
Zach
a hybrid
Frazier.
too. He can play tackle
Mm-hmm.
and he can play inside.
Zach Frazier.
I do like Zach Frazier, by the way. I like that kid.
The other guards are Troy. Oh, you're thinking of Troy Tanu?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Jordan Morgan out of Arizona is another one that could go in the first round. So it's a loaded. There's gonna be a lot of offense in this first round tonight, which makes this draft a little more exciting. Man, the draft looks so cool in Detroit. They picked a great spot to have all these people there. A lot of black jerseys. I see UJ out there.
Come on, Z. Oh God, the black jerseys kills me. I just.
Wow. Could Jake, can they hear us on live? Can they hear you on the live stream? I can't recall. Oh, so our producer Kid Jay said that the Lions beat writers are saying that there's more Lions black jerseys out there than they've ever seen, which makes sense because they're cool.
Call me old fashioned. I remember the Millen era all too well. I guess the fans out there that's getting younger, the fan base, they forget the torment we went through. What the black
Joe Alt going to the Chargers. There you have it.
Like you said, Z, according to predictions here so far.
This is going chalk.
It is, absolutely.
So, which is anticlimactic to a degree, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see some action, a little trade action or something.
Joe Alt started off as a quarterback in high school and a tight end. Mm-hmm. So he's only been playing offensive line since he started college. But Notre Dame has been producing offensive line like clockwork these days into the NFL, especially high in the NFL.
Yep.
But he has really good feet, really good in pass protection, could use a little more work in the run game. But an elite pass protector coming out of college. But just he'd be a perfect guy like for the Lions offensive line, for instance, UJ, like that type of guy, like gritty.
Yeah.
But has the length and size, obviously, to compete. And they need the help. So good pick by them. Can't fault them. This Giants one's really fascinating because the Giants are arguably they have two guys on the hot seat in Brian Dable and their GM. They just gave this last year they owed Daniel Jones his ridiculous $120 million contract. And then they don't owe him anything next year. So a lot of people think they might go quarterback here potentially. And that they were looking to trade up for one in this draft as well. Or they go Malik Neighbors. So I think a lot of the mock drafts had them going with Malik Neighbors here, but they could surprise people by going quarterback.
Interesting. Yeah. So there's no consensus on this pick then right now for the Giants.
There's definitely less consensus than the first five here for sure. A lot of people had the Chargers trading out though, so they don't. Where's Harbaugh on that? Oh, there's Harbaugh. Back to the camera. But you like Harbaugh? You pro Harbaugh? Even after the whole Jim Schwartz thing?
That was hilarious. But I think Harbaugh is built to be a college coach personally. I think he kind of wore out his welcome in San Francisco a little bit with his antics. He's more college oriented to me with his behavior.
Yeah.
You're dealing with grown men here. And it's a little different. It's like Mike Singletary when he tried to coach in the NFL. He was trying to, drive these guys like they were at college or high school. And it just doesn't work with these guys. So I don't know. He's getting his second shot at it now. So, he might have learned a few things along the way. So I do think Harbaugh's a very good coach. I think he's more college oriented in my opinion.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you on that. He was a good coach in the NFL for a moment, but then he kind of wore out his welcome. It seems wherever he goes, he's great at the start, and then he wears out his welcome over time.
Yeah, I think he has one of those personalities,
Yes.
like that,
In this case, he left Michigan, I think, because they had the sanctions coming, and he's kind of sick of the NCAA and in general and how they
Yeah.
kind of
Well, the
clamp
NCAA
down
is
on.
not popular with anybody these days.
No.
But
So the
you might be
Giants,
right about that, though.
the Giants are also not trading their pick. Their pick is in. Should be coming in moment here.
This will be interesting.
They're showing JJ McCarthy. He's not in town, although he's a few towns over. But he didn't want to come to the actual draft, I guess. So
I don't blame him. He's one of those guys that he could get picked in the first, or he could drop out of the first.
no way, McCarthy, no chance. I'm telling you,
I
no
don't. I
chance.
don't think so either. But we've seen it in past years, where a guy you think isn't going the first round, suddenly no one picks him, no one picks him, no one picks him, and he falls out of it, and it's sort of embarrassing. Why even leave that open to yourself? But I agree with you, though. I think he's going to go in the top half of the draft here.
So I made two bets tonight. It was Quinyon Mitchell will be the first cornerback drafted tonight, and that well, I did a small one on Brock Bowers to be the number 7 overall pick. I don't think that one's gonna do. And so I made 3 bets, and then the other one was that Bo Nix is not drafted in the first round. So
Bauer, right? I don't know. The Bowers one's going to be interesting because he is a unique talent.
Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors going to the Giants.
There you go. Okay.
Another one down.
Yeah. Another weapon. All right. Interesting.
So this is going chalk, this draft thus far. There's no surprises, really. If they went JJ McCarthy, that would have been surprising. I'm a little surprised they didn't pick a quarterback because I don't think Daniel Jones is very good. And he has major health concerns with his neck the past year and a half with the Giants or his hamstring, etc. First of all, he's not a great quarterback. Second of all, he has health concerns. I thought for sure they would be looking maybe they're going to pick one later in this draft. But they're not going to get somebody of McCarthy's caliber unless they want to trade up late in the first round for Bo Nix, which would be disappointing to me. But
right. Anyway, well, you got Bo Nix going out of the first, right?
Malik Neighbors is fast. He is so fast. He is a yak guy, yard after the catch. Probably as good as you'll find in this draft, but it's a deep wide receiver draft. But I mean, there's definitely 3 wide receivers that are slightly above the other 3, and Harrison, Neighbors, and now Dunze, who I kind of hope doesn't fall to the Bears at 9. But we have 2 picks.
The consensus. I know
we have 2 picks to find out. A lot of people think Tennessee's going to go offensive tackle here because their offensive line is very weak. They have a lot of injuries, no depth as well. Probably J.C. Latham is the best offensive tackle available.
But that's one guy.
Dunze, they need a wide receiver too. They pretty much have Hopkins and nobody else, and Hopkins only has 1 year left on his contract. But a lot of people thought they might trade out of this. So I don't know. A lot could happen. But right now, I kind of want some exciting day. I thought there'd be a little more action.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, we got a trade!
What? Yes, some excitement.
The Kid J is about to blast the horn. Maybe I shouldn't have said it until we hear the horn, but let's see if I can get the details of it. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a horn.
They haven't announced it yet anywhere. Justin, did we do the horn yet? Oh, I thought a trade was coming. Okay, sorry, misinformation right now. But I haven't read it anywhere that there is a pick yet or anything, so there could be one coming here.
Well, see, I don't have a horn, but I have this weird Japanese musical instrument toy. It makes a lot of weird noises.
It sounds like a woman in distress.
Well, You just got to know how to play the notes, which I don't. So
I
anyway.
think we'll stick with our producer kid Jay's rigatorn horn instead, UJ. But you can do that after if you'd like, if you want to entertain our
Okay.
audience some more.
Okay, the Titans.
No, it looks like they're making a pick, so no trade. So false alarm there.
Yeah, sorry about that. Everyone back to the building.
I think they might go a Doomsday here. I think that might be the first shock.
That would be a little bit of a shocker. I would like to see that actually. See, so we'll see. Let's see.
I know Bears fans really want a Doomsday.
I know. That's why I want to see.
A Doomsday?
Why would they do that?
Kid Jay, you should just put yourself in this live stream.
Yeah, come on, man.
Okay, your call. If not, but or maybe just one if the Rams pick, you can, I guess, or whatever you feel like. You're more than welcome, of course.
The pick is in.
Pick's in. We're not gonna get her for a few moments here, though. I don't think.
No.
Interesting. Team's not trading up for JJ McCarthy like people thought. So maybe they don't think as highly of him as people were thinking coming into tonight. I hope Brock Bowers goes here for personal reasons. I think Brock Bowers is awesome. Would you trade up for him, UJ? If the Lions trade up for him, would you be mad about it?
We don't need him though. I mean, he's not like he'd be a total luxury pick. I love the kid, man. Don't get me wrong. With Laporta,
imagine what Ben Johnson could do with him, though. It'd be exciting.
Oh my
god! And the Lions need depth at tight end, and I need a receiver. I think he kind of fits both in a way. With
he does. There's not enough footballs to go around for all the weapons we have on this team.
It's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem.
He's a hard worker. Did have an injury last year, but he came back by the end of the season.
The kid is phenomenal, and he's what I call a unicorn, right? He's a very unique player. There's just not many like him. I think he'll be fantastic in the NFL.
Yeah.
See Tennessee, then we got Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta. A lot of people think Atlanta will take that'll be the first defensive player taken tonight.
Yeah. And who would you say? Dallas Turner, maybe? Jared Verse, maybe?
See, that's if the Lions traded up for Jared Verse, would you be excited about that?
Yes, I would. I really like Jared Verse. I think he's a stud.
What about Braden Fiskey if they traded up for him in the first round?
I don't think we need to.
No, I
don't get me wrong. I would love to have Fiskey on my team, but I don't think we need to trade up to get him. He could be there in the second round, possibly. I love that. I love Fiskey. I think he's just a dynamo. Him and Verse and Florida State were just they crushed teams almost the two single handedly. It seemed like.
All right, so let's see who the Titans are going to go with here. I'm gonna say a Doomsday. I think they might go. I might surprise some people. I think the Widers. I just think the offensive tackle is not quite as good as the. I mean, Bowers would be amazing, but I would have a Doomsday over any of the remaining offensive tackles as far as value at number 7. No trades yet.
As far as value, you may be right about that. And who wouldn't want a weapon like that on their team? Let's see. This will be interesting.
All right, the pick is in here. Let's see. Wow, they did go offensive tackle. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. That's great for the Bears.
Yeah. My feed is delayed from yours. You called it. JC Latham. JC Latham. 6'6", 342. Woo-hoo. Big guy.
Massive. So there you are, producer Kid J put on the stream. JC Latham. Look at that man. Monster. He's a monster. Let me give you a size here.
6'6", 345 is what I'm seeing.
Yep, that's right. Did not run the 40. 11-inch hands.
That's
35
huge.
and an eighth inch arms. 84 and 3/8 wingspan. He's only 21. So really young as well.
Yep.
So I mean, he's a monster. Definitely stood out. Played really well against Michigan as well. Who had an elite defensive line. It's a great pick for Tennessee. It's hard for them not to go off and tackle, especially their needs. The Falcons already made their pick.
What are the Falcons' needs here? See, what do you think?
Well, defense is what everybody has been projecting. A lot of people had Byron Murphy going here or Dallas Turner. Maybe a small chance at Latu. Yeah, don't spoil it yet.
I was thinking that Dallas Turner, but
the Falcons are also considering a quarterback, Adam Schefter saying on TV right now, because Kirk Cousins' injury history and also, he won't be there long term. He's on the wrong side of 30, so. I would be shocked if they went quarterback, to be honest.
I would too.
But it would be a way to protect the future for their franchise, especially with a guy coming off an Achilles injury. Still never know.
I love O-line picks, man. I just want O-line so bad.
Let's have like number one as our backup too. First rounders as backups, even.
There's
always injuries, right? There's always injuries.
Always.
Zach Frazier
But
is still possible.
We have an elite O-line, and I want to keep it that way for the next several years, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we have to keep feeding that, okay? We have
Well, they have Decker, they have Sewell, they have Ragnow locked up.
Right, and those guys are elite. And
they don't have long-term at guard yet. Glasgow is kind of like a one-year plug in play every year.
Well, they signed Glasgow for a couple of years, and
true.
He's solid. Can play center too. Zeitler, that was a nice pickup for them.
Great pickup. Great plug. Yeah, great plug for a year.
But we need the youth to come up here. We need
we
need some young guys.
Maybe they believe in Sorsdahl more than we know.
We'll see. Hey, who's this back in the pod? He's back.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta have it. Hello. Okay, thank you so much. I'll be right back.
Okay. And here we are at the NFL draft. Big Z has left the room, presumably to grab a Twinkie. But it could be out of Twinkies, so it might have to be a cupcake. But we'll see. Let's see what he comes back with. So, Kid J, who do you like here for Atlanta? Okay. Well, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Well, the Falcons pick is in. We're just waiting to see what it is. I'm kind of wondering where they have all these war rooms because they all look kind of designed by the same
All right,
guy.
so I'm back.
All right, Big Z. Big Z, did you have a Twinkie or a cupcake?
Pizza. Whoa!
Oh,
Holy cow! Michael Penix going to the Falcons. That's the first shock of the night for sure.
oh
All right.
my goodness.
So, producer KJ, let Barney back in here because the Bears got another big pick coming up. Wow, Michael Penix going to the Falcons is absolutely a shocker.
That is a shocker.
Barney, you're live now. Welcome back. So it's pretty much gone chalk this draft until that pick right there with the Falcons. But Penix, wow. I did not have him as a top 10 pick.
I did not either.
Wow. Okay, I don't know if that's a great pick, honestly, by the Falcons. So the Bears sit in the driver's seat now. Barney, what do you think? What's your prediction? Is it Rome?
I mean, that would be a really nice pairing, especially because Keenan Allen would be a great teacher, on his 1 year here. But, pairing a guy like that with Caleb would be awesome. But, man, I got to imagine that Ryan Poles' phone is going off right now because, people probably want Rome. People probably want maybe JJ, so I would assume that Poles is working the phones right now. And to be totally honest with you, I don't care what he does. I really don't care because I have a very hard time believing that, I'm not walking out of today with a smile on my face, whichever direction we go.
Yeah, there's so many options here. It's a loaded draft, and especially with the quarterbacks being drafted, some people have fallen, like an Adunze, for instance. I just can't believe Penix went before J.J. McCarthy. I don't think anybody had that one tonight. Wow.
Yeah, that was something. I thought the entire draft going up to that, I'm like, oh man, it's so anticlimactic because, everyone's arguing about, hey, how isn't there this many trades? And it's like you got to get the other side willing to move. If they got a guy they like, it's hard to get them off that pick. So maybe we'll see that with the Bears. I don't see anything like a trade coming in. So. Man, I would love it if Rome Odunze is there, but we shall see. Just in case you guys are counting, that's three. That's three right now for the Guinness count. So I plan on doing my part and taking down quite a few today.
You're doing a good job.
So what's your prediction, though, Barney? Where do the Bears go with here? What's your prediction?
Yeah, so I'll just say this. I think Matt Eberflus has been very, very patient with not getting the key to his defense, which is a 3-tech. So I'm just going to say if he believes that Byron Murphy or Jason Newton is the 3-tech of the future, I would have a hard time believing that they're not going to go with him.
God, I would not want to see Byron Murphy.
But I think when you just think about the history of the Bears, we don't have too much trouble on defense. It's the quarterback. So, man, I have to think that this pick is probably going to help out Caleb in some way. Tackle, guard, center, that would help. But I'm going to say probably Rome Odunze here if we don't trade out.
Yeah, I didn't realize he tore his ACL. Oh no, that's Penix. Sorry, I thought they were showing Roman Odunze, other Washington guy. The pick is in; they're not trading it.
Yeah,
Why not trading Barney? So, yeah, they can't go wrong. Dallas Turner would be interesting because I've heard mixed things about him. I'm not sure where you land on him. The Vikings trade
there
up to
goes
10.
JJ. There goes JJ at 10.
You asked about Dallas Turner, dude. I mean, to be honest with you, it's like if Flus feels like that's a piece to his defense that he wants to have, like so be it. You know, he knows a whole lot more about football than I do. So,
yep, here we go. There you go. You see it, Barney? I don't want to tell you.
Not yet.
All right, you let me know when you see it.
You're laughing. Uh-oh.
No, I'm not. I'll let you see it live before.
Yeah. Goodell's talking right now. Hey.
There you go.
Okay.
Rome Dunze.
Man,
so
that's,
a lot of people had him going to the Bears here, and there you have it.
Yep.
That's crazy. I honestly didn't think
I didn't think so either.
For the sole reason that everyone had Rome Dunze going to the Bears. So I just kind of figured, okay, if it's that obvious, there's just no shot. But man, he's a baller. He's one of those guys. You know, I think he reminds me a lot of Devontae Adams, the style of play that he plays. So it'd be cool, man. I think this offense is going to be a lot of fun.
I hate to say it, but it's a great pick.
I know.
I hate to say it. Damn it. Barney, you got this. This is a great. I mean, the Bears have lucked their way into a hell of a draft night here. Still, you got to thank Lovie Smith.
Yeah, Lovie Smith.
It all goes back to Lovie Smith. It's unbelievable.
Lovie Smith and Davis Mills, man. Who would have thought those two guys?
It's ridiculous. I still can't believe the Panthers made that trade too. It's still an unbelievable trade.
There's one other guy that shares just as much to thank, and it's somebody that the Bears fans kind of dog on. His name is Velus Jones. He fumbled 2 different punts inside the 5-yard line. One versus I want to say Washington, and one versus the Giants. We ended up losing both those games because of that play. And, you know, if we don't lose one of those games, we don't get that first overall pick. So shout out to Velus Jones. You're a real one. I know you're always doing it for the team.
Oh, man. He was a 3rd rounder, right, Barney?
Yeah. And you know what?
Not
if there's
good.
one position that Poles really hasn't been too great on in drafting, it's been wide receivers. So
or trading for it, because the Claypool trade was awful.
Yeah, the trade pool trade is definitely one that we want back. But hey, having somebody like Rome Dunze fall to him and make that choice a little bit easier on him, I'm pretty thankful for that, man. And dude, I feel like, you know, we talk a lot about how quarterbacks are really good at developing the future of their quarterback system, like the Packers did so well with, you know, Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. You know, you can kind of make the same argument for a lot of other positions. And, you know, whether or not we extend Keenan Allen for like 1 more year, maybe 2 more years, I can't really see anything beyond that. I think there's just there couldn't be a better room for somebody like Rome to come in and just immediately be the number 3 option.
Yeah, this offseason gone to plan for the Bears largely. they have a plan in place, which I can't say who was your last GM? He didn't seem to have a plan. Yeah. There's much more of a plan here, a roadmap to success that we saw from the previous regime, I'd say. Would you agree with that?
Oh, I couldn't agree more, man. Him and Cunningham, Poles and Cunningham, and I think they're, you know, it's a little early, but I think the way that they manage contracts and evaluate talent is really special. And the dumpster fire that Pace, you know, left him, and like in his last year, getting the write-off to trade a future first-round pick to go up and get Justin Fields, even though it was like probable that he wasn't going to keep his GM job. You know, Poles has really done a masterclass of stripping the team down, into the bare bones, putting us in positions, to have a quick turnaround. And it's early; we can't really say, what this is going to do for the Bears. But I'm a firm believer that it's going to be a team that's going to be tough to beat.
Oh yeah,
So
they will. I'll still be interested to see the offensive scheme that they run with everybody. I'm like this on Shane Waldron. I don't know if that's because he had Geno Smith as his quarterback, because I wasn't high on him either. Was he OC when Russell Wilson was there for a year?
To be honest with you, I don't really know. And
at least it's a guy that's called plays before, though.
Exactly, man. Exactly. There's people who have said like he's great, he's bad. Jackson Smith-Njigba wasn't the biggest fan. The third wide receiver in that offense didn't really have a lot of targets. Some people can say that about Rome, but I don't think somebody like Shane, right, is going to pound the table for a wide receiver like this unless he's like really looking to feature him. And as far as weapons go. Cole Kmet is a reliable tight end. Caleb Williams, I think, just walked into possibly the greatest situation that any quarterback really has ever ever been drafted to.
Definitely one of the best, you'll ever see. Because this is a 500 team that he's walking into, not like a bottom dweller team, like when Stafford was drafted to Lions. Bryce Young. Bryce Young has nobody on that offense to throw the ball to or protect him for that matter.
Shout out to Poles, man.
Yeah.
Taking away his only target, DJ Moore. I really, my favorite thing about the Bears, I think the best championship caliber person we have in our entire organization is Ryan Poles. And it's, the days are over where Ted Phillips, and all those like knuckleheads that know nothing about ball are front and center in decisions, and hiring dorks like Ernie Accorsi to come on in and be a contractor for 3 months to figure out.
Ernie Accorsi helped hire Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn to the Lions too. That worked out well.
That tells you plenty about him.
I don't know why those guys are even like involved with that type of stuff. It's ridiculous. No track record of success.
It's a boys' club. They're all friends, man. Friends when you're billionaires,
Fair enough.
Just
so the Vikings are on about to make their pick here. If you want to stick around for that,
McCarthy all the way on this one, baby.
Yeah. I'll stick.
But it's got to be McCarthy. We're trying to get our old buddy Remy on here, Barney. Trying to see.
Oh, that'll be nice. I haven't seen Remy in a minute.
He's probably on one right now. Although I don't know if he's a big fan of McCarthy. So
I think he's
accepting of him.
I think this right here reminds me a lot when the Bears traded up for Fields. They had to let him get past quite a few teams for them to be like, all right, this is a spot where we can trade up and we're not going to give up the farm. I think Minnesota, is, if they truly want JJ, I mean, I think they played it right. I mean, they're only giving up a fourth and a fifth, and they're swapping the fifth and sixth round pick. So that's to get your guy if you believe in him. That's I think that's a pretty good job of doing it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what the trade was.
The trade was them trading number 11 and their 6th rounder for a fourth and a fifth.
Oh, that's it? That's not much. Well, they gave up a lot less than they were going to have to. So that's a win, I guess. They don't have to give up their second first or anything. I'm not too scared of McCarthy, though. Going to Minnesota
LaGrange
personally.
LaGrange, Illinois.
I know.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool. And then he played at IMG for a year. During, I think after COVID.
Yeah, when Illinois put the kibosh on COVID. But
the Vikings got to keep their pick, so their second pick rather. I'm still confused why the Vikings made that trade when they did for the Houston Texans pick at 23. Kind of
Yeah.
confusing. I feel
Yeah,
like they had
'cause-
something else lined up that didn't come through.
Well, I
This
think
is
what they
very
were trying to
strange.
do, I was seeing that Rappaport said that when the Patriots were up, they made a significant push
Hmm.
to trade, and so did the Giants. It's just the Patriots weren't willing to move, and I bet you 23 was part of that, along with maybe another first. So, uh, it goes back to getting the other team to want to budge, right? And so I think that's what they're originally planning for, and their number 2 is JJ, and they did a good job waiting for him.
Yeah, I mean, if that was their second guy, then they definitely played it the right way. So,
They had to have
do you
had
think
the
he's going to be
moment.
good though? Do you think McCarthy's going to be good?
I think he's being able to throw to Jordan Addison and Jay Jettas and have, a guy like Kevin O'Connell who seems to, know how to run an offensive scheme there. So I think he's got probably the second best chances in this entire draft to be the best, the best quarterback, right?
Yeah. Well, the NFC North is changing rapidly, UJ.
It is.
2 new quarterbacks for the Vikings and Bears.
I'm
Maybe
not
as
worried.
not in year one, but in the future, when these guys are seasoned and have experience under the belt. Although the Bears always give the Lions fits more than the Vikings. Although the Vikings too, all the division games, I guess, are tough. They're always tough, no matter who is under center.
But see, like Dan Campbell said, it comes down to what we do, not what the other teams do. So I'm not really worried about it. Just worry about what the Lions do.
Fair. Yeah, and I mean, the Lions are absolutely loaded all around. So I think they have less weak points than some of the other teams in the division.
I'm sticking around. Looks like Remy's popping on.
Oh, yeah. There he is.
Go on, Remy. Is he on, Justin? Our producer Kid J will let us know when he's live. But Remy, we're getting you on a moment here. So
Go
wait.
sideways with that.
There it is. Give it a moment here. Right now the Jets are on the clock. Their pick is in. While we're waiting for Remy to join the pod, I do think they're going to go Bowers here.
I've been.
Remy, talk for a moment.
I am.
Okay, now I can hear you a little better. Okay, so Remy, you're in the show. This is another podcast partner of mine, Remy, along with Barney here. So we have 3/4 of the pylon crew actually here right now. But Remy, the Vikings, they don't get one of the top guys. Penix goes before McCarthy. That's got to be wild. They only trade one spot to grab McCarthy. So your thoughts on JJ McCarthy? And are you pumped? Are you accepting? Where are you at with it?
I'm super pumped because we get to keep our 23rd pick. The whole thing was trading up to 5 and getting rid of 11 and 23 and possibly a future first just to move all the way up because they were that desperate. I think we gave up our 4th and our 5th. We don't have a pick until like the 6th round. So like our draft is done after the 1st round pretty much, but we got our QB of the future.
I mean, do you think he's do you think he's going to be around for 10 years, just that type of quarterback?
I mean, I don't know. He's young, and he's got he's going into a great offense with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hockenson, Aaron Jones. He's set up to succeed. And as long as he doesn't get hurt and Minnesota can keep building the trenches, I think can have a good longevity. I'm pumped. We got our guy.
And now you get to hang around all night, Remy, and wait for the next
we
pick
get to pick again.
Vikings. So. I wouldn't be surprised if they trade that one back to get more draft capital later. But
I talked about that too with my buddies here. But yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Not you guys didn't have to give up a lot of picks to get your guy. You got to be pretty happy
JJ to
about that.
JJ, baby. Let JJ to JJ start happening.
Dude, he's got like oh, you're right about that. He's got like 3 losses since being a freshman in high school. If anything, you can't call him not a winner, man. That guy wins titles. So
And and Josh McCown is quarterback coach. I think he's set up to be great.
UJ, do you have any comments for our guests here before we let them go?
No, I think it was a good pick for the Vikings, though. I like JJ a lot. And like you guys said, he's a winner wherever he goes. And I think he's solid, just a solid player. So good luck to you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It was a good
All
pick.
right, Remy, thanks for hopping on,
pick.
Barney. Thanks for hopping on, man.
I'll see you guys
before I
at
leave,
23.
Yeah,
before
go ahead,
I
Barney.
leave, has anything changed? Who's the one guy you want, Big Z?
Who's the one guy we want? Well, UJ. You say
I
your
like
guy.
Graham Barton personally, offensive lineman from Duke. I'm big on the O-line in this first pick, so I don't know. We'll see who's there.
I mean, Graham Barton would be a dream for the Lions offensive line. But if
Cooper
not
DeJean
him,
would be nice. Yeah.
Cooper DeJean, big one. My prediction is Jazard Newton if the Lions don't trade back. I think there's a good chance they trade back.
ILL, baby.
Oh yeah, he's a beast. He's a monster. Byron Murphy's still hanging around too.
Yeah.
There's word that the Lions could trade up in this draft. I don't know. I don't think that draft capital to do it personally. I think Brock Bowers would be fun, even though he's not going to fall to Lions. And then I did say Marshawn Nealand in our final mock the other day. I wouldn't mind him, but now I want Newton, and I think that's who the Lions would pick.
Oh, you're souring on your pick, huh? A little bit.
I just changed mine. You know, I had 48 hours to change my mind. So,
okay, fair enough.
But yeah. So, anyways, Barney, we're all over the place basically. A wide receiver like a Donnie Mitchell. Wouldn't hate that.
Nice.
Lions
Who do
need
you
like
guys got right now for wide receiver outside of?
Well, we have Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams. Looked great the last half of last year.
Okay.
And the Lions are predicting big things from him this year for sure. So he'll be the number 2. He could even ascend to number 1 possibly, because Amon-Ra kind of plays more in the slot area, if you will. But then they need that 3. Josh Reynolds is gone. You know, he's and our producer Kid J is saying the Broncos next. So Alama Fashanu, the offensive tackle out of Penn State, just went to the Jets at 11. And Kid J saying there's a spicy pick at 12 here. I hope it's not Bo Nix.
Spicy pick.
All right, boys. Enjoy your night, all right?
But yeah, so thank you so much, Barney, for hopping on for both those picks.
All right, Barney.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for hopping on.
Congratulations. Enjoy it while it lasts until they play the Lions.
Enjoy the more Guinness tonight.
About 9 more.
Yeah, baby.
All right, see you, buddy.
Peace out, guys.
Well, I'm curious to see what this spicy pick is going to be here.
I know. Our producer, Kid J, getting ahead of it in our ears.
Denver.
He didn't tell us who it is.
Bo Nix. Ha ha.
No, UJ, you ruined it.
I'm just guessing it might be Bo Nix because I know they're looking for a quarter. I don't know who it's going to be yet.
I hope it's not Bo Nix. Oh boy, I hope not. Thanks to Steven. Thanks to Charlie. Thanks to Train. Thanks to Jenny for we see some comments in the YouTube section up here. So big shout out to you guys. Kid J crushing the production. Yes, he is. Yes, he very much is. If you see the switching and everything that he's doing that in real time,
he always does crush it.
Amazing. Again, that's at DTBK_, or go just type in drinking Blue Kool-Aid on YouTube to subscribe to the channel. We have almost 100 followers, UJ. We're doing pretty good on the YouTube channel. We should probably do more of it.
Are you looking at it right now?
The pic? No, I'm not. Oh, the YouTube? Yes, yeah. I see the comments on there. Yeah.
I gotta go out there. I've just been watching through the Zoom.
Our producer KJ is I think a Bo Nix image ready to go here. Oh God, I hope it's not Bo Nix. That would ruin one of my favorite bets on the night. Man, I don't think Bo Nix is a top 15 quarterback. Oh boy. I think that'd be a
Oh.
very dumb Sean Payton draft pick.
I
but
guess when you're desperate, huh?
they don't have a lot of draft capital, but I don't know. I feel like you get a veteran or something until the right. I mean, next year's draft class for quarterback is very weak, especially compared to this one. But I don't know if like Bo Nix is necessarily that much. I don't know. Well, the good news though, UJ, is that a lot of the quarterbacks going high means there's talent falling down. So
That's true. That's true. Better for us. I got to step out.
I think the Raiders got to be pissed with the results so far with these quarterbacks going high. Sean Payton's never drafted a quarterback in the first 2 rounds as a head coach. So UJ stepped away for a moment. So we're going to see who the pick is for the Broncos here coming in. They got it in. I mean, there's a lot of people on the board for line. Still no DNs taken yet. It's all offense, which is just fascinating. Michael Penix going to 8 is still wild to me. I think that was a reach by the Falcons, especially what we saw in the national championship. And when he's under pressure and his lack of running ability. All right. So coming up in a little bit, it will be Rud Dog. He'll be joining the live stream soon. UJ will be coming back in just a moment here as we see the pick.
I am back. Hello?
Bo Nix. Bo Nix it is. Unbelievable.
Oh, can you hear me, Z?
Yes, I can hear you, UJ.
Okay,
You're
I'm
back
back.
on the stream here.
Bo Nix. Wow.
I think that's a horrible pick by the Broncos.
Horrible for you.
No, I don't get it from a Broncos standpoint.
That's good for the Lions, though, Z. Another potential pick falls to us.
Absolutely. I mean, that is great for us. Wow. Just texting my Broncos buddies thinking it's a reach. 6 quarterbacks in the top 12. This is bananas. That's never happened before. That tells you how desperate these teams are for one in the NFL. Bo Nix was in a very safe system at Oregon. He didn't really have to make a ton of big throws, I would say. I don't know. I just don't think he's an elite quarterback. I don't. But he's a game manager. Sean Payton has a type at quarterback he wants. But like you said, UJ, that means there's more players falling that the Lions in another year probably wouldn't have the opportunity to grab. But now that this pick is in, I'll be right back. I just gotta go.
That's right.
Be right back.
That's right. The Raiders' pick is already in, huh? Okay. I seem to be on a delayed feed compared to you guys. I just got my new internet today, too. All right. These picks are coming. Brock Bowers, baby. Brock Bowers. Wow.
All right, so I'm back. Brock Bowers going to the Raiders. Great pick for the Raiders. A lot of people thought he was top 10, arguably
definitely.
top 5 talent in this draft. This is a steal. Now they have Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers, UJ. That's quite a tight end duo the Raiders have.
It is. It is.
That's really fun. His highlight tape is amazing. I would have loved to see him in the Lions offense. I knew it was never realistic.
No.
But
No,
it would have been a lot of fun.
He's a freak athlete. I think he's going to be a great pro, too.
Yeah, he can play everywhere. He can play the slot, outside. He's tight end by name, but he's hardly a tight end, I would say.
What's his
he's like an
how tall is he? How tall is he? He's like 6'4" or something. Isn't he like,
let me look it up.
I was gonna he's taller. 6'3", 243.
Yeah. Did not run the 40.
Yeah.
Slightly smaller hands, but I mean his 40. I mean, you can just see it on tape. His game speed is ridiculous.
I've seen him play plenty, and he is awesome. Just a great player.
Played all 3-sport athlete in high school. I always love to see that. And you can kind of see it in his game. Like he kind of moves like a all around special athlete. So it was a great pick for the Raiders. They wanted a quarterback, I think, coming in this draft. I think they're hoping for Penix. That was the word, at least. But
he's kind of similar size to Laporta. I think he's a little more maybe athletic. I don't know.
I would say that.
Can't even say that anymore, though. But
definitely not a blocking tight end like, or not. Doesn't have the blocking ability like a Laporta.
True.
How much? How much is that, UJ or KJ? They're projecting 275,000 people at the draft tonight, which is more than Nashville.
Wow,
that's insane. So Detroit showing out tonight.
Absolutely,
love to see that. It looks like it on TV too. It's a sea of blue.
Yeah, I think this town loves its football. I think so.
Yeah.
Oh baby. As we creep closer to 29. So got a little ways to go, though.
We're not even halfway to the Lions yet, UJ.
Saints? I know. This is going to be really frustrating if they trade down when we get there.
It would definitely be something. When I see these mock drafts, though, that says like the Lions have to make a pick because they're hosting the draft. No, they don't. It should just be like any other draft. There should be no. I mean, no. If I don't think they're operating under that either. The pressure to make a pick because they're hosting the draft. I mean, that'd just be stupid. Like the Kansas City Chiefs, when they hosted the draft, they traded out. So. The Saints are up. Still a ton of value. And I believe we've seen that's 13 straight offensive picks, UJ. Not a single defensive player drafted yet.
That's amazing.
That's
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I wonder when the last time that happened, or if it has ever happened. That
I
is
don't think
pretty
it's ever
amazing.
happened.
Wow.
I don't believe it's ever happened before.
Well, we got the Saints next. This could be our first defender here.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who the Mox had going to the Saints here. They need a lot of help everywhere. I think they got
Yeah.
offensive tackle going here too, actually. So, yep. Like I said, we have guests throughout the night. We've had Barney, we had Remy from the Vikings. We might have our buddy Colt. He's a Colts fan. Colton is the Colts fan. Well, the Saints are up right now. I'm trying to see all the best offensive tackles available. Let's see. Mary Simmons or Fuaga, one of those two. Fuaga's fallen a little bit. I think some people thought he might be one of the first ones. They could definitely ahead of Fashanu, but Jenny said when they win this, when the Lions win the Super Bowl, there'll be 270 million people in Detroit. So almost the entire population of the United States of America. America's team. I think Lions are more America's team. That's for sure than the Cowboys. I think everybody hates the Cowboys. Unless you're a Cowboys fan, of course, but the pick is in for the Saints, CJ. By the way, how do they know there's 275,000 people? Like, where are they? How are they making that guess?
They have a guy with a little hand clicker counter in his hand, you know.
It goes up to 6. It's like I can't Christmas fast enough.
Hey, shout out to some of our commenters out there. Train. Hey, Train, I know you're out there, big Bears fan. You got to be loving this draft, buddy. You got Charlie out there. You got
He'll
Jenny
be joining
out
later,
there.
I think. Charlie might be joining later.
All right.
I mean, the way this is falling right now, UJ, the Lions are very much in line to get one of the top defenders in this draft for sure.
Yeah, but you watch, it's all offense. Then you're going to get to like 18, 19, and all of a sudden defenders are going to start dropping like flies.
Yeah. Byron Murphy, that would be awesome if he somehow fell to the Lions. I don't think he will.
I don't think he'll get there, but that would be awesome. I have no problem if we draft interior, D-line, or O-line.
All right, yeah, let's get him on. So we're going to be welcoming to the live stream in a second here, Colt Novotny, a big-time Colts fan. Well, let's have him enter here, and then we'll let him speak for himself. But it's been a little less entertaining of a draft than I envisioned
Colt
tonight.
45.
There he is, Colt. Colt 45. Welcome to the Drinking the Blue Kool-Aid live stream. And your Colts are up next. Cole, hold on, the Saints pick is in. I just want to say really quick. They go Talise Fuaga, so another offensive tackle off the board. That's 14 straight offensive players taken in this draft. Pretty wild. So Colt,
Fuaga's a good one though.
Now you've seen
he's
it.
Good.
Oh yeah, he's really good. But Colt, now you've seen the pick, so the Colts are on the board. Who are they taking here tonight?
I think they got to go with Kenyon Mitchell from Toledo at corner. We definitely have a very young secondary, and I think Mitchell's the way we got to go because I thought they might trade up for Bowers, but maybe it might have been too much to ask for to trade up. So I think they go defense here.
Not wide receiver.
No, they might. I would think. My guess is they're going to try maybe second or third round. I think they could get that Jermaine Burton from Alabama. I think he might slip down a little bit. I think he'd be a solid pick. But I think we
he'll
got
definitely be available later.
Yeah, I think we got to get in the defensive side of the ball
Mm.
because now with the division with Stroud, we got to defend those boys. So,
how do you feel about Anthony Richardson? Are you very high on him?
extremely high. Like I have not been this excited since like Andrew Luck. Shane Steichen, he's gonna get him taken care of. He's gonna be smarter with the ball. He's motivated. He's got his head on straight, and I think him watching Stroud from the sidelines succeed has also given him motivation to like get to that level. So I'm I haven't been this excited for a season in a very long time.
He was a beast when he was healthy last year, but I mean, he's a running quarterback, and once you hurt your shoulder once, you're more prone to it going forward.
Apparently, the injury he had, though, according to him, he said that the injury he had with the surgery, that this injury will never happen again, or something along those lines. Like, I don't know what the injury was, but that's what I saw.
I mean, UJ, I wish Red Dog was on right now. You could talk about shoulder injuries.
Yeah, we've had our share. Red Dog's had a couple shoulder surgeries. I have a replaced shoulder actually, so we've had our share of shoulders. It's tough, and when you play football, as you guys can attest, you played in college, so did I. Shoulders take a beating in that game. It's just really hard on your shoulders, and I would imagine a lot of these
Especially
NFL guys later in their life have shoulder problems.
I'm sure.
I just don't see how you avoid it.
Yeah, especially when you get tackled high and you're landing on your shoulder one way or the other.
Yeah, and now these guys are trained to use their shoulders more. They use their heads less. You know, it used to be you use your head as a battering ram. You know, your forehead. You can't do that anymore. Now it's the shoulder tackling. It's become the big thing. So
no,
yeah, it's a huge thing.
I mean, Colt, your division. I mean, the Texans are only concerned in that. Are you concerned about the Jaguars? Are you concerned about?
No, Titans are rebuilding.
Titans.
Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, I think, is, in my opinion, a bust, and I think they're heading in the wrong direction. In my opinion, I think it's a 2-horse race between us and the Texans, and the Texans are the clear favorite right now.
Trevor Lawrence a bust.
Wow, you heard it here.
He doesn't have that killer dog mentality. I mean, the clips I've seen of him like during the game, he does not seem like he wants to win as much as other quarterbacks do.
I just want to go up to the guy and say, "What's with the long face?" You know, but, probably never meet him. So,
Shane Steichen, though, Colt, I am a big fan of him. I think he's a really good offensive minded coach.
Yeah, I mean, he took Gardner Minshew and a backup running back almost to the playoffs.
Right.
Like, that's insane. We overachieved considering our circumstances last year.
How about your wide receivers? You have Michael Pittman.
We did re-sign him.
Josh Downs, right? And Alec Pierce.
Yep.
Those the other two. Are you believers in those two guys?
Pierce, yeah, he's a good deep ball threat that will show up like once or twice, like your guys' version of Jameson Williams. Like maybe like one or two big targets.
I would not put Alec Pierce on the Jameson Williams level.
I mean, the amount of targets they get, the deep threats, but Josh Downs is an awesome slot receiver. He runs shallow routes, the slant routes. He runs very good routes for a slot.
The pick is in, Colt, so they're not trading out.
all right.
I think they would.
Some people here are predicting Cooper DeJean to you guys. I've seen.
That'd be interesting. That'd be heartbreaking. I don't want to see him go anywhere besides Detroit.
I don't either. I've seen it projected there though.
Colt, what do you think Detroit? How good do you think Detroit looks tonight? Looks pretty good, huh?
Oh, that's electric. That's electric.
275,000 people showing up.
That's amazing.
I saw Eminem was on the stage in the opening.
Oh yeah, and Goff, Jared Goff. I love how that's become a chant throughout all sports stadiums in Detroit, like even Red Wings games.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Holy cow, the Colts draft room looks huge. They got names all over their board.
I don't know if you guys seen the Colts, like they post like a series videos throughout the draft week. They post like really good videos. Like I think it's a good watch for everyone. Shows what the draft process is like for teams.
That's cool.
Well, you know, the NFL is getting better at that, and I don't watch all the other teams, but I know the Lions media department's been just killing it the last couple of years. Just
inside the den.
That and all the other features I do, they've been just fantastic, and I think the rest of the NFL is starting to figure that out too. It's just nice seeing them.
UJ, do you want them to do like an inside the Freeman shipping company? The
most boring show ever.
Or like mine is like inside the working from home text technology supervisor.
Yeah.
Or Colt would be
picks in Colt. What do you say, Colt?
That Mitchell Toledo.
Okay. All right.
Nope. Liatu Latu. First defensive player off the board is Latu.
Wow.
That's a surprise. This is a guy that retired from football at one point in his college career, and now he's the 15th overall pick. Pretty cool story.
Wow.
People weren't sure if he didn't go in the first round because of his medical concerns. Like I said, he had major neck issues, had like surgery on his neck, but 23 and a half sacks the last 2 years. I mean, so he's played 2 years at a high level at D1. So Colt, what do you think of the pick?
Well, I mean, you can always beef up the edge. I mean, the Colts, we were not great on the edge last year. Our interior was phenomenal. The Colts set a franchise record in sacks last year. So I think we could definitely improve on the edge. So I like it.
Yeah, who do they have on the edge right now?
So they got Ebucom, and then they because Grover Stewart is on the interior. DeForest Buckner,
beast,
and then Kwity Paye from Michigan, but he's also kind of injury prone. So,
well, this is the best playmaking D end in the draft, like as far as sacks goes and pass rush. I don't know too much about him in the run game, unfortunately, but definitely athletic freak. He might have been drafted higher if not for some medical concerns, honestly. So if he's healthy, Colt, I think you got a pretty good value.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. We need to go defense, so all for it.
He's one of those guys I wouldn't mind seeing falling to us. if he was there, I would be very happy with that pick. But wow, yeah, I think you got a good guy here. I really do.
Yeah, so there you go. I know you wanted cornerback though, Colt. Who do the Colts have at cornerback right now? Are they in trouble?
Well, I wouldn't say trouble. We're just super young. I do love our rookie from last year, Juju Brents out of Kansas State, but he's also he was out for a majority of the year, and then we have Dallas Flowers, who's also young but also injury prone. I just think we just need more numbers on the outside at corner, but we're just super young. So,
well, technically, this draft pick just made your corners better. So,
yeah,
a little more pressure on the quarterback, a little less time for those receivers to get open.
Absolutely,
corners just got better. So, a good pick for you guys. I think it is very good pick.
Definitely. what are the? Let me see what else the Colts have here. As far as they don't have another pick tonight, right? I don't think they do.
No, they do
No,
not.
not tonight.
Let me see. So Latu, yeah, they have the second rounder, the 14th pick in the second round, a third rounder. They have 7 picks. They just have all their own picks, which is you don't always see that. Especially the Colts. They've been trading a lot the past few years back. So do you like this GM though, Colt? That'll be the last question I ask.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Are you a Chris Ballard fan?
Love Chris Ballard.
Okay. I mean, they haven't really won too much though in his tenure. Like
No, we've had a couple of bad breaks, but I'm a believer in Chris Ballard.
All right. Well, Colt, do you have anything else to say before we maybe hop off here?
Yeah, just said that the Colts are going to beat the Lions this year at Lucas Oil.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm sure we'll have you on the pod later to discuss that later this year.
Yeah, I hope
the
so.
week of. But we know
How's
you're wrong.
How's your golf game these days, Colt?
Good. Conference is on Monday.
All right.
So we leave for
Go get 'em,
Georgia
man.
on the Sunday. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Go get him, man.
Yeah, go get
Yes,
it, Colt.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me on.
Line it up straight.
Thanks for coming on. All
All right, see you, boys.
All right, see you, Colt.
right.
All right, thanks for Colton for hopping on.
Yeah.
Do the live stream tonight and all our guests thus far. But now we're at pick 16 here, waiting for Seattle to make a pick. So, UJ, do you think this is going to start the run on defensive players?
It would not surprise me a bit. Seattle, I'm trying to remember what they were looking for here.
Probably defense. I'm worried about cornerback going here, actually. They went with Witherspoon last year, but they could have 2 number 1 cornerbacks on the outside and kind of get their Legion of Boom, if you will, back in order.
Historically, they have had great defenses and great secondaries. So, that wouldn't surprise me either. It'll be real interesting here. Witherspoon did turn out to be a great pick for them last year.
Yep.
Second
Good
here.
day. We can hear you. Rud Dog will be joining
Beautiful.
the live stream momentarily here.
Live
Maybe
from
another
Las
additional guest
Vegas,
or 2.
Nevada.
Yeah, he was in the Super Bowl town. Let's see here. Just seeing. So it took 15 picks to get to the first defensive player, which is pretty wild.
Wow.
Our producer Good Jay is telling us that the reports are saying that Kirk Cousins was unaware the Falcons were going for a quarterback. Not that it should affect him too much. He's getting paid $100+ million. So,
yeah, I think Kirk Cousins. I don't know if they do a study on quarterbacks and what they've made, but I'll bet in his career he's probably made more money than any other quarterback in the history of the NFL. That guy.
I forgot what his earning. I had the number before.
He's made so much money. He's had great contracts.
It's like 350, 380 million by the time this contract ends. If he fully gets this one paid out, it's a lot of guarantee already. But
he was the first quarterback to come up with a fully guaranteed contract, I believe, with the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Fully guaranteed.
Yeah, he's definitely played it well, and he's injury proof clearly because he just got a giant contract after tearing his Achilles. So
crazy, man. It's a crazy
in a
world.
contract year. That tells you how desperate these teams are for quarterback too, though. It's the most.
It really does. It really does.
Which means Goff, who is yet to remain to be paid, UJ.
Yeah.
And when he gets paid, he's probably going to be the most expensive quarterback in NFL. And then in 2 years, he'll be like the 10th most paid. That's how it usually goes.
Yeah, that's why I'm happy with what we did with Sewell and Monroe right now. Because in a couple of years, they'll look like bargains. And there he is. There's Red Dog. Although he's muted, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think he's in the live stream yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
There he is. Red Dog has now joined the live stream. Although Red Dog, you got to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Red Dog, mute, unmute.
There you go.
Hey,
How we
there
doing,
he
Red
goes.
Dog? Red Dog.
Excited. That's how I'm
Red
doing.
Dog, you're just joining. A lot of players, defensively at least, have fallen for the Lions here because the first 14 picks in this draft
Yeah,
were
bring me up
all
to speed.
offense.
Bring me up to
Yeah.
speed. I saw some of the first picks, but I was listening to y'all on the way home. I heard the Michael Penix was the big surprise first.
It was because he went at 8, which a lot of people didn't even have him going that high, let alone to the Falcons, let alone before JJ McCarthy. So, and he's the second oldest player to ever be drafted in the first round at quarterback.
Ooh, wow.
It'll be hard to beat Brandon Whedon, who was drafted at 28 years old to the Browns.
He is an athlete, though, right? Like he's a.
Michael Penix,
he's an athlete.
he doesn't really run at all though. He hardly ran the
But
ball. I think at 13
that's a-
carries total.
That's not a knock. Like the thing that always gets me is like, oh, he can run, but he didn't run in college. He just passed. It's like that's what you want. You want a guy who can pass and then run when he needs to.
And he's got the weirdest throwing motion in football.
I think 8
really
is
weird.
way too high. I'm not as high on him because against elite defenses under pressure, he looked not great. I think
that one stat sheet just proves to me, they're idiots for drafting him. What were they thinking? Like, I mean, they didn't ask you first, maybe? Like, geez.
they should have.
They need
They
better.
should have. I could have
research.
saved them some heartbreak down the line.
Yeah.
Because they needed the Falcons need a lot of help elsewhere, especially defensively. If
could-
Byron Murphy or Jazar Newton fell to us, that'd be amazing. Byron Murphy, really
Johnny
amazing.
Newton. Oh, I love that.
But either
pick.
way, somebody is going to fall to us here that maybe we weren't expecting based on how, like Bo Nix getting drafted in the first round is pretty bonkers.
Yeah.
QB is never overly bonkers. I feel like there's always weird things with QB. But you're right. I mean, it's bonkers, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's so crazy, but it consistently happens. These guys
see
get
the first-
overdrafted.
Red Dog, did you see the first defensive player picked up?
No, tell me.
Liatu.
I thought you were about to say like Leah Thomas. I was like, wow, that is.
I've heard time pronounce his name.
Liatu. Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm not surprised one bit. Like,
And the Seahawks just went with Byron Murphy. So there's two The defensive player run is going right now, I guess. Defensive line, especially.
There goes that dream, Big Z.
Did you guys have a dream for Byron? I didn't even consider him.
No, I always said I didn't think he was going to make it, but I said I hope. That'd be amazing.
That would be nice. Same with Johnny Newton, though. Honestly, like those guys, there's so much talent in this first round, though. Something was bound to fall our way, and it just seems like it's great that it's mostly offense. That it couldn't have fallen much better, probably.
Interior offensive line has not gone yet, so
no, not anybody yet from the interior.
So that's definitely.
That's who you just talked about. Is it interior D tackle?
No, offensive line. I said
offensive interior line.
Oh, I thought you said D line. Yeah, no, okay. Well, I mean, I feel like the one I've been kind of like greedy enough to hope for is Graham Barton falling to me.
Right. Yeah.
As an O lineman prospect, to me, he's the dream sort of. Even though I really, really like what like a Powers Johnson brings to the table. Like if we drafted him, I'd be psyched. But the versatility level of a Graham Barton, he goes, every position is open to him potentially covering. And that is just priceless. I mean, I'd be surprised if he falls all the way to 29. But like to me, because especially with Sewell getting paid now, which did you guys talk about that? Pretty awesome.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Yeah. I love it that our foundations are being, really cemented right now. Like if you really look at this building process, that's probably the actual first like real brick laid. If you consider like the draft as more like seeding the foundation, like digging the hole, like, and now we're actually cementing our best players and setting, these are the guys that are the Detroit Lions. Like they're not only draft picks, they're proven studs. And I think Goff is going to sign, and we're going to have our offense pretty much set. But I was really psyched about that. But no, anyway. Oh, just to finish my point real quick about Graham Barton is that, I mean, I love Decker. I honestly hope he retires a Lion and we hold on to him a while longer. But like Graham Barton could be potential right tackle of the future or the potential replacement for Ragnow. It's just like you can't. That's so valuable. So
I don't know if he'd be a right tackle of the future, but
it's just on the possibility sheet though with him.
Yeah.
he has.
he can play there like in an emergency or like if they need to rotate somebody over there from an
Wasn't
injury.
he left tackle in college?
He was, but that doesn't mean you're going to be a left tackle. And
I didn't say left
Right.
tackle. I said right tackle.
well, either way, it doesn't mean you're going to be a tackle in the NFL because you're
It doesn't
tackling
mean
college.
he's going
a lot
to be,
of
but
guys
it's in
move
his
inside.
repertoire. I think he's going to end up inside. Ultimately, I would think of him as Ragnow's replacement. That's where he would filter.
What, Kid
to
Jay, do we got
eventually,
the reggaeton horn going?
Oh, do I see? There's a pro
Who is-
athlete
I-
on our pod.
I don't
Hold on,
recognize
Don't bring him in
that.
yet. Don't bring him in yet. Do the reggaeton
Oh.
horn. There's a trade. That's why the Vikings have moved up in this draft. The 17. I got to see the draft details.
Oh, they took Dallas Turner. Defense is running.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Rud Dog
Yeah.
saying that they picked Dallas Turner.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit, it's kind of funny. Hulu has Pat McAfee's like show covering the draft on their like main just page, and it's first thing I turn on, and it's just like he just drops like all these motherfuckers. Like this is on like just Hulu. Like this is like kids could turn this on. Like I'm like, damn, that's been a while.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
trying
I
to
don't-
see what the trade. What was the trade here?
Oh man, him and Daniil Hunter.
Oh boy. Yeah.
No
that's
Daniil
right.
Hunter for the Vikings anymore.
I forgot he moved on. Where'd he end up? Well, then they're just replacing him. But
Do they have the trade?
I don't think
No.
Dallas Turner is a Daniil Hunter level player though. So
That was another good pick for the Vikes, unfortunately.
All right, do you have the trade? Read it slowly and I'll read it back. Jaguars get the 23rd pick, a 5th rounder, a 3rd rounder next year, and a 4th rounder next year. Wow. And the Vikings just for that pick for the Vikings?
Oh,
Wow. That's a pretty good return for the Jaguars, I'd say.
I'll say I would take that pick. I
those
would
draft points
take
are
that
always wild. Have you ever like actually looked like you'd be amazed what you can pull for a single first round pick sometimes? Like it seems it's higher than I expect every time I hear those scenarios anyway. But yeah, they've made a haul.
That's a lot of. They picked up a lot of capital on that trade.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't grab like any extra picks in return, like a single pick trade like that. That seems rare at least. Usually I feel like
Wow.
someone
Yeah, like a
finagles
5th
late
or something
rounder
for the
something,
Vikings. Yeah. Dallas
That's a-
Turner.
That's a
I
great
don't
trade.
fear him as much as Latu, though. So,
I don't fear him at all. Not with our tackles.
yeah,
mean,
I
he's
don't
a
fear him against our
downgrade.
offense tackles.
He's a downgrade from Daniil Hunter. So I mean, if it'd be one thing if they're pairing him, but it ain't like he's gonna outshow him. So I'm not too worried.
I will reiterate. I don't worry about them. I just worry about us.
Let me introduce another
That's right,
guest
UJ.
to join for a few minutes here, just to get his thoughts on the draft and who he thinks
We
tonight.
got a celebrity.
We have minor league baseball player Charlie Zacconi.
That's not Charlie Zacconi. Who is that guy? I don't even recognize that
man.
guy.
I'm bald now,
Oh
yeah.
my God! What in the world?
Oh my God!
Where are the locks?
Samson
Yup.
has his hair.
Damn.
5 pounds
Wow.
lighter now.
Was that what you had to do in order to get married?
Something like that.
Yes,
So-
but you're cutting it. No, it's
So, Chaz, man, who do you think Lions take tonight, especially now that you've seen how the board lands?
I was hoping we could get the guy from UCLA, but I thought that was gonna be a long shot. But I hope we get Kool-Aid. I feel like he's the
Kool-Aid.
perfect guy for Lions. We need someone on the outside, especially after the whole Cam Sutton thing, and it's a dire need for us to get I think.
A cornerback?
die.
Yep.
Nope. No cornerback
Kool-Aid.
taken in this draft yet, by the way.
Yeah,
which is
I'm a little
fascinating.
shocked about that.
I know with the way that's gone, we might be able to get Cooper DeJean, which is who I'd want instead of if he's still there. I don't think he's gonna be there. Well,
What pick are we at now?
19.
19. I mean,
18,
we're getting into that range though, where like a trade up for like a Quinyon Mitchell is not off the table. Like that
Yeah, I'm
kid's
big on
got,
him.
he's got the elite traits of a top end corner. Like I think, like I
Absolutely.
would be psyched for that.
That would be awesome.
Patanu is still there out of Washington. Verse is still there. Graham
Yeah.
Barton, obviously. Chop Robinson. A lot of people have him go to Tampa. Drizar Newton, obviously. So there's definitely a lot of options for the Lions in play. Having said that, they're 10 picks, still 10 picks away. So,
and this is where it's so weird because it's like all the assessments. You know, it's so funny listening to so many people's theories and opinions and what's going to happen. It's like they all filter it through the wrong filter. Granted, it's like just to grab onto something to make an assessment, but the filter is Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell's process of identifying their types of players. Then they're going to draft the football player that fits all their criteria. They're going to best, in their mind, is the best player available and has nothing to do with some idea of a position we need. And so it's like, it just makes it really hard to know who that is in this. Do they even, is it a cornerback? Are they targeting a cornerback? Is there even one that they love? You know what I mean? It's just so hard. It makes it impossible.
well, I think Quinyon Mitchell's got to be up on their board considering the traits.
Yeah.
The traits alone. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know anything about his character, but yeah, traits alone, that kid.
I think he's got high character. I
it.
didn't read anything bad about his character. So
I'm not saying that I didn't say anything bad.
I know.
Yeah, that would be like, I haven't even considered him because I didn't think he'd fall this far.
That would be an amazing pick if he fell. Well, there's only 10 guys to go before us, so
yeah, now we're getting.
I mean, I don't know. It's getting.
I think how UJ put it too. Like, no matter who they pick, they cannot go wrong because Brad Holmes has just proved it wrong that he does not miss this early.
That's right. You're right.
Whoever they have, whoever they get, it's going to be a great player. So
that's such a new feeling, isn't it, Chaz? Like,
right.
I want to see that war room with those guys high-fiving each other after making that.
Exactly. I can't wait.
So last year, that was one of my greatest things to watch. Was that the celebration when they picked Jamar Gibbs, and the celebration when they picked Campbell, and the celebration when they picked. That was so much fun to watch.
You just gave me an idea for like a little short skit. It'd be like like the Lions on the clock and they pick, and it's like Kevin Ward, and it's like some like crippled kid. And like you show Brad Holmes and Taylor, oh my god, this guy, no, whoever they pick, they're gonna be psyched.
I just want to give another shout out to our producer, Kid J, tonight.
Kid J, you are killing it
looks
tonight,
great.
buddy.
Yeah, the screen looks great. The way he's shifting in and out of like main talker and everything like that. Kid J. Maybe we'll have him come in if he's able to put himself in.
And only
for the Rams pick coming up next year. So
the Lions pick the kicker with 2 left feet.
Hey, maybe they'll pick the thicker kicker with the first pick.
Oh no!
Can you imagine?
That's a dire need kicker.
It is a dire need.
I mean, Michael Badgley made a big field goal in the
he did
game against the Rams. So,
and he probably would have made a couple more if they took him.
He's not a bad kicker. Yeah. He just doesn't have that high end ability.
He's just not fat enough.
He's not thick enough.
UJ wants his kicker to put the lotion on the
I like my kickers fat. Mm.
Well, the Bengals have an interesting.
Like
a lot of people think Bengals would go offensive line here as well.
Need to protect Joe Burr.
I would not doubt that if they go O-line here.
That seems like a very good choice for them.
Jackie, you think Brad Holmes would have taken Jeff Okudah?
No,
but like
I don't know. I think he might have.
He seems like a Campbell guy.
I think that Brad does, like, as much as he put emphasis on character, Brad and Dan do not take emphasis off physical traits. And I don't know. I thought he was underwhelming physically for the range we picked him in, but I don't know.
There you go. Marius Mims, another offensive tackle.
Yes.
Yeah,
he is a good player, but I didn't like him for us, so I like that he went.
10 to go, baby. 10 to go. There's still a lot of good players on that board.
So Kid J, well, if he's able to put himself in here, but the Rams are on the clock. There's some talk they could trade up for a quarterback in this draft because Stafford's getting a little older.
That would be wild.
Injuries.
Who's left at quarterback?
I got a question for you,
Spencer
you guys,
Rattler,
the
probably the
Kool-Aid
next
crew.
top guy.
Yo, Chaz.
So you know how the Lions have been bad for all these years, and the people refer to the draft as like our Super Bowl. Has the feelings for the draft the last couple of years like slowly gone down a little bit? Like not looking forward to it as much. Yeah.
No, it dropped off like a cliff this year, Chaz. Like
Yeah.
it didn't like drop gradually. Like this year, getting that close to glory and just the carrying all that emotional joy and just entertainment that carried all those months longer. Like I was so satiated, other than just that, like, you know, actual desire to get there. But like I was so emotionally like I didn't need anything else. I was good. I needed a break. It was awesome. But no, that's how it was for me. It dropped off a cliff. It took me a minute to get excited about this draft.
Yeah, this is definitely the least like excited I've been, if you will. I mean, I love the draft, so
Hey,
I'm
guys,
not
can
gonna
you
be
hear me?
excited. But not having a top 10 pick and just being a good team, there's like a sense of calm, I guess, if you will. Like there's less hope needed to be attained because we achieved so much in the last year. Yeah.
In a way, it's more interesting actually, though. A lot more speculation, a lot more wide open. It's gonna be real interesting to see where they go because they literally could go any direction in this draft.
Yeah,
and they don't have an obvious need that they have to fulfill. You know?
And that's where, Chaz, I want to ask you about that because I would like you to defend that position a little bit because I think we have starting lineup. I would say the only position on our roster right now that is not like with a proven starter that's just settled is our X receiver. Like we have Carlton Davis, we have Meek Robertson, we got Brian Branch, and then we got, you know, Iffy and Kirby. We got a starting secondary. I'm just not sure I see the dire need at cornerback.
I don't know. I don't like seeing the star receivers go for 400 yards every game against us and us somehow still winning the game.
I'm with
so
you.
So if we get the guy to lock, not even lock him down, just cut the yards in half. I think we win like 2 or 3 more games.
The Rams are in the.
Do you think Carlton Davis and Amik achieve that though?
I think it'd be nice to have some more help.
No, I'm with you. I think we'll address that.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
We need Kid J on here.
Yeah, we can.
Come on, Kid J.
All right, you guys just ignoring me. Yeah, the Rams. I think they're I think they're gonna draft defense here.
Okay.
And who in particular?
Jared Verse.
I think Jared Verse.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm gonna be a bit envious.
That's what I'm thinking.
I love Jared Verse.
Kid J's
awesome.
prediction.
Watch party on the beach.
Yeah,
Justin, the Rams war room looks like
they
like a side off. It looks like a side office or something. It's
yeah,
very tiny.
Well, it's in like this big it's in this like gigantic house on the beach, and they must have like did this whole big like tour and stuff like that. They decked it out with a whole bunch of Rams.
Is it Stafford's old house?
It is not. I don't think.
Stafford's coach house.
Oh, the one in Detroit? No one outside Detroit?
Well, are they not in Detroit? That's why I was like.
No, they're in LA somewhere.
Yeah.
That's why the sun's still out, kind of.
Is that how it is? Is it like do all the teams actually operate from their own remote locations for the draft? That hasn't always been the case, has it?
I think it's always been the case.
That's actually kind of funny. I always imagine those war rooms were all like right there. That's funny. I just
there's like representatives that call in, they're at the draft so they can give the pick.
And that makes perfect sense. I just never. It's just always imagined they're like right off stage, like sending it.
You always imagine the Earth was flat too, so
yeah.
Huh?
You always imagine the Earth was flat too.
Why would I have to imagine the truth?
The Rams pick is in. So.
Oh boy, Kid J, get excited now.
DJ Stroud. What?
Get excited.
Spencer Rattler?
What?
What?
Tip Ryman?
I saw him. I saw a screenshot of the Bengals war room right when Brian Murphy got picked, and they were not happy. They had like a big grimace on their face.
So
KJ, and they just lost Reader to the Lions. So
KJ, I know you just said they picked verse or defense. Like, do you think they're that itchy to replace Stafford yet instead of just trying to see if they get one more out of him?
I think they are going to get just one more out of him. I don't think there's any quarterback that would really be good. I guess if like Bonix fell to the second round, they would probably maybe consider it.
Yeah, especially with Puka last year, your best route is ham up Stafford's protection and receiving core and the defense to get him the ball back. Like, that's what I would do. That's all I'm saying. But it sounds like that's what you do.
Yeah. Stafford's fine still. I don't think there's a problem with him. Just
As long
keep,
as he
like you
can
said,
play.
keep him healthy and give him
He's
weapons.
still so good.
He's freaking ridiculous. Like, we won that game against him, but like he did not.
He had a
make
hell of
that
a game. He had a hell of a
He
game.
did have a hell of a game.
I think
I'm
he's
so
still
glad
good.
he
It's
did. It
amazing,
made it that
Charles.
much more enjoyable to win it.
There we go.
Especially how we beat him up.
The Rams picked.
Wait,
picked,
wait.
Here we,
You can say it, Kid Ray. It's your pick. Go ahead.
They got Jared Verse from Florida State.
There you go. You
Yeah,
predicted
yeah.
it. You called it.
man.
He's
Verse.
awesome. He's gonna be really great.
Good pick, Kid J.
He
That's
is
awesome.
good.
You had
I
fans.
like
There's
that
fans
kid
in
a
this
lot.
podcast of him for
I love
sure.
that kid.
Yeah,
I guess like the little. Sorry, go ahead, Kid J.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm glad they picked him. Hold on, let me just put up a little bit of
He's a
image
good
about
one,
him.
man. He's really good.
Yeah. I think he's pretty solid. And the Rams obviously would have traded. They love trading down, so they must have really loved this guy if they didn't trade down for him. So.
Why did he fall? That's what I want to know. This kid's legit.
Because
He's a
all the
franchise
offense are
GM.
picks. Everyone
Yeah.
went offense the first 15
That is
picks.
true.
That's the only reason.
But
Yeah,
it is
this
funny
guy's a
that the
freak.
Liato, everyone thought he was going to even be near us. I guess he did fall a little bit, but man, Verse. Like, I guess the only shame in this is he didn't get a chance to play next to Donald. That would have been a nice pick.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. But Kobe Turner's
That would be unreal.
Kobe Turner's amazing, and I think he's gonna do a lot next year. I think he's gonna step it up.
Oh, that was your rookie, right? Last year?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
Put up a bunch of sacks.
He won the defensive rookie of the year. Then right after he texted Aaron Donald to ask what to hook him up with his trainers, the ones who he trained with the knives, and
What?
And
What?
Yeah.
Trade with knives?
Trading with
sounds like
knives.
you're
Yeah,
just
you never seen
putting
like a
ad-lib
training
or
video
something.
of Aaron Donald like training with like knives.
Oh, like martial arts or
No.
something?
Like
No,
they
I
throw
have not.
knives at him and he would dodge them.
No, he had the like when they're doing like the hand drills, you know, they would the guy would have like a knife and he would like try to dodge
Makes
the knife
sense.
a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's
Yeah.
smart. Martial arts gets used a lot for like NFL linemen and stuff. It's great.
Yeah, well, that's nothing. Hutch does the bullet drill. They shoot bullets at him and then he like dodges
Catches them.
Catches him with his teeth, right?
Yeah, where's a couple
Yeah,
of them
that's
to make him?
nothing. The knife drill's nothing for.
How do you think he picks off?
I still
the
don't
player?
understand this knife drill. Is it like poking it at him and he's like moving his hands? What?
No, they're like, you know, like they do like the hand like split like I forgot I don't know the exact name of the drill, but you know how like they do like the rush move like around or whatever? They kind of like
A rip move?
Yeah, rip move and like trying to break break.
Wait, like one-on-ones, but his O lineman has a knife
yeah,
kind
but
of
like
thing?
his trainer has like a little knife.
I love
We're
that.
talking about a physical,
That's so
sharp
freaking
kitchen
awesome.
knife or something?
Yeah,
That's
it's like
epic.
like a little pocket knife.
One that actually
A
has a
little
blade,
pocket
though?
knife?
Like an actual blade.
Yeah, like
Oh my
an actual blade.
Gosh, that's awesome.
I got it.
I'll
You
I
got
just
it.
get a
Probably
new
why you're-
level of respect for Aaron Donald. That's dope.
It's probably why he retired. He started getting nicked up in these drills.
He's like losing too much
He
blood.
realized he was slowing down.
Yeah, if we hear their coach, that's why he retired. He was tired of being like,
Nicked up.
yeah, attacked with a knife
Wow.
during practice. If they say their coaches have a prickly attitude,
Aaron, you just can't keep
Ooh,
going.
they're
that's the
referring
attitude.
to.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Aaron, you just can't keep going. This has been your third blood transfusion.
But
That's not healthy.
I think it's gonna be like
Justin, you're gonna have to send a video of this because I still don't
That's
understand what
Okay.
is going on with this
Okay.
drill you're referring to.
I'll send it after I'm off here.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's I think he's gonna really change the offensive line or change the defensive line, and really help the young cornerbacks who kind of struggled last year, and I think it's gonna be he's gonna make an impact right away.
Yeah, because who else did they have?
Yeah,
they have
he's a
that.
freak.
Congrats.
They had
That
that
is
rookie
nice.
D tackle, right?
Yeah,
What was his
they've,
name?
Byron Young and Kobe Turner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kobe Turner, I think is who I'm thinking of.
The thing
Yeah,
about
he's
Verse
the-
is
he's the
that, like,
defensive- he's like the inside guy. Yeah.
I
Right.
thought he might be like a Dan Campbell guy because the way how violent he plays the game, like,
Mhm.
Like
He does.
he's
I mean,
awesome.
So UJ, just sorry to interrupt, but a lot of people had Graham Barton go to the Steelers here. So let's see if he survives pick number 20.
yeah, Steelers do like to pick offensive linemen traditionally. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
They need a tackle.
We'll see though.
I mean, at this stage, unless there's just a run in the next 7 picks, there's gonna be a good O lineman there. But
well, like you said, Z, that none of the inside O linemen have been picked yet. It's all been tackles. So,
UJ, what were you about to say about Jared Verse before Zach so rudely cut you off?
oh no, he was just one of the few guys that I would have dreamed of falling to us. You know, if we had a chance to get him, I'd grab him in a heartbeat. I think the kid's great, and him and we talked about it, Red Dog. With him and Fiske seemed to dominate team. I mean, their defense, they went undefeated without their star quarterback for the last few games because their defense was just awesome, and it was mainly because of Verse, Fiske, a couple of their cornerbacks. They had
Bernardo Green, yeah,
great talent.
And those, but it started up front with those two, and you saw it was how they won games. It was the end games ended with Fiske chasing down a quarterback, Verse chasing down a quarterback. Like those dudes were awesome to watch. I'm happy for you, Kid Jay. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good one for the Rams.
It's a freak.
Well, Charlie, before we let you go, do you have anything else to add about tonight's draft?
I don't think I have anything to add right now. Hopefully Cooper DeJean would follow us, but otherwise Kool-Aid. He's made to be a line, I think.
Well, he fits our podcast. That's
right.
Kool-Aid.
Exactly. He might have to hop on. He might have to hop on the pod.
we absolutely will have to have him on.
We'll send him a shirt.
I don't think the Lions go with him. That's my prediction. But
I'm not feeling cornerback for some reason. I just feel like it's been the obvious answer for so many reasons, but we addressed it in free agency. I don't know. I could be dead wrong. I just don't
addressed
feel
it in the but
at the
we
first pick
wanna,
specifically. I'm saying
I
think we'll address it in this draft, but I just don't know if that's going to be the player they like. But then again, this is shaping up a little different than everyone's expecting, so I'm just so curious to see what happens.
All right, CJ, before you go, what's your final prediction for the Lions draft pick here, 29?
Kool-Aid McKinstry. That's
all right.
That's the final prediction.
Yeah.
You heard it from our bald friend, Charlie.
Prediction.
Show one more time. There it is.
Oh, look at that guy. Wow.
I don't know who that is. That's not my brother.
I bet it feels good though, huh? I bet it feels good.
Oh yeah, especially in this AZ heat.
Yeah.
It is funny. You don't really miss it when it's gone, do you?
No, not at all.
Nice.
All right,
Okay,
guys.
yeah,
Thanks for
thank
having me
you.
on.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Go Lions.
Yeah.
Go
Lions, baby.
Lions.
Woo!
All right, so the Steelers
All right.
pick is in, UJ and Rud Dog.
AJ Hawk?
I got my fingers crossed. I hope it's not a certain person, but we'll see.
There's not. I mean, like I know I kind of like Grant Barton, Powers Johnson, but I don't know. There's not like a overwhelming one that I just would hate to see go here because there's so many ones that I still like, even if someone else does go.
Well, Big Z was talking earlier about Powers Johnson had a concussion history, apparently.
Couple concussions, yeah.
I was not really aware of.
That's a big reason why he's falling down the boards. I don't think he goes in the first round tonight. That's what I was telling UJ at the top of the.
That is a really good point, especially the way he flies around the field so fast. No wonder he's getting concussion. He's like a damn freight train.
So yeah, concussion history and also ankle injuries, like a few of them. So
that's ankles. That's old lineman life. I don't know how worried I would be about that, but concussion history is.
Yeah,
we saw what Javid Best happen.
Right.
You know, and especially O line, you're banging heads every freaking play. Like,
who was that up there at the Steelers doing the pick there?
No.
He looks familiar, but I can't place it. I can't think of his name.
Cameron Hayward.
Oh, Cam Hayward. Okay.
Yeah. I only know that because his name's on the screen.
That's why he looks familiar.
Let's hope they don't go Grant Barton. Don't go Grant Barton. Losing a pick.
Is that who you're ultimately hoping to fall to us, Zach?
I mean, that'd be awesome. I'd love to have the option.
Yeah, me too. I just can't wait to see what Brad and them are thinking.
This guy's talking too long. Give us the pick. I know he's talking about probably important things like charity.
30. That's what I say. Let's get the draft pick. I'm just,
Hey, she's not that important. I mean, I know she's hot.
just kidding.
Or are you talking about different cherry? Never mind.
Suspense is killing me.
Troy Fatanu,
Ooh,
another guard gone.
he's a good one. He's a good one.
Wasn't even really on my radar. So sweet.
I mean, he would have
No,
been a great addition to Lions offensive line, though. Don't get me wrong.
He's a very good player. Very
No,
good.
Oh
beast.
yeah, I mean, hey, it just wasn't one I was eyeing. So.
He's in Vegas. Rud Dog, run over to him. Give him a high five.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Oh shit! Dang, wires. I guess I can't
Hey,
get it.
Kid Jay, if you got that knife video, if you can play it on our pod, I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
He just sent it. The text.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Troy
Oh,
Fontanu.
Yeah, because he's a tackle. Gonna be
Yeah.
probably switching positions. I guess.
That's
That's part of
I
why they
read.
looked
Yeah, he's
somewhere.
projected to be a guard.
Yeah. Now is he like
Um,
Samoan or Hawaiian or wherever like some of these guys are? They
Yes.
seem to make a lot of offensive linemen.
They just
And
have a lot of
Sewell.
they have a lot of natural strength.
Yeah, absolutely.
The guy out of Oregon State as well,
That's
Fuaga
racist, Z.
from Hawaii.
Yeah. Oh, Fuaga, I love that kid too. That's another guy I wouldn't mind having.
He already got drafted, so
Is that the
Oh,
kid
that's right.
related
He's
to
already
Sewell?
gone. I forgot he was already gone. Sorry.
So
Oh,
one,
Talisa Fuaga. Yeah.
2,
Isn't that the kid related to
three.
Sewell? Somehow.
5, 6 offensive linemen taken thus far. I don't know.
Out of Oregon State. I don't know. I think there's like one in this draft that's related to.
If anybody, it's probably him.
Or is that just all the Islanders? Are they all just all related?
Let me see.
Dolphins pick is in.
Troy Fontanu. That's a good pick for them. Okay. Now up next is 21, Miami. I heard they might go O-line too.
A run.
I think you're thinking of Sua Masha.
Maybe.
Sua Matia out of BYU.
That sounds like it might be right.
That's his cousin.
Got it. Still a good.
Good
handful of
bloodline, huh?
receivers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What a
Yeah,
bloodline.
consider his linebacker brother also in.
Did he ever do anything in the NFL last year?
We played against him. What was it?
Oh, he's
Was
on
it-
the Bears, right?
He's on the
Yeah.
Bears.
Yeah, that's right. I remember now.
I think
He
did
saw
all
the
right.
field a bit, too, as I recall.
Mm-hmm. And now there's probably more of a need for him because special teams is a little more important with the kickoff coming back into play. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a reason to take Kool-Aid McKinstry because he's a returner. That is Cooper DeJean though is a returner too. So
Hey, what was the name of that Lions guy you had a few years back who was just an insane psycho special teams guy, played linebacker for us, made massive hits, and he was a great social media guy,
Is it Trevor? No.
linebacker.
Travis.
What's his
No.
name?
Wait, I know who you're talking about. Or is it Zach?
Fawcett,
Nope. Fawcett.
I think
Follett,
it was
right?
my-
Follett.
Follett.
Follett,
Yeah, he had
Jack
the-
Follett.
I mean, that was years ago. He had
Out
that
of
giant
Cal.
hit on the Rams guy.
Oh,
He was great.
That's
I
the
heard they
biggest
might-
hit you'll ever see on a kick return.
ever. I think they were talking about bringing him back for special teams because of the
Okay.
kickoff rule.
Nice.
Zach Follett, if you're out there, I hope you're still in shape.
I hope your
Man.
concussions didn't cripple you.
That guy was a crazy man.
Oh no! Why are they talking about Graham Barton?
No, don't talk about him yet.
Oh no!
I know the Dolphins are thinking offensive line too.
Maybe that's why they're just guessing who they're. They're
You
just
run dogs
guessing.
out. So.
They're just guessing. I'm just watching the. It's the McAfee one, McAfee one on Hulu.
Alfred's on here too. He said our YouTube channel's hard to find. I don't think it's too hard to find. I didn't think so, at least.
I had a hard time.
Well, Alfred,
initially.
subscribe to the channel, then he won't lose it again. But
America was hard to find. I don't think our channels.
drinking Blue
hard
Kool-Aid
to
should
find.
show up as your top option when you type it in. So, Maybe we'll have to look at that after. Or also, our email is drinkingthebluekoolaid@gmail.com. If you have any feedback you'd like to send our way, like for instance, trying to find.
And a shout out to all you people watching right now that are bearing with us here to the Lions pick. I appreciate you being on here.
I'd say we're about half hour away, based on how this is going.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
Long.
Brad will spare us the wait and trade it.
We had Steven Seneker. We had Train Anthony Miner on there.
Train.
Yeah, baby. We had Jenny Johnson on there.
Jenny Johnson.
Oh, Jenny. Robert Ruddy. I think
That's
we
Bob.
know him as
Bob. What's Bob doing on that side?
Alfred.
Let him in.
Huh.
Alfred did. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for being on.
Appreciate y'all.
I'll try. So the pick's in. We're trying not to look at social media because they always like to announce it before. Especially now with, at least I watch it on streaming, so there's always a delay as is. Cooper DeJean still available.
There's a lot of people.
I don't want him to go to the Packers, though. I really don't want him.
No, not the Packers.
Him or Barton is going to go to the Packers, I think.
I've heard Barton to the Packers on a few.
There's also something to consider is the second run on receivers hasn't happened yet. Only the top tier is gone. I mean, all the best receivers after those three are still available, and there's some really good ones out there.
That's true. It
Some
would
really
not be out of the
explosive
realm for the
players.
Lions to pick a receiver too.
I don't think it's nearly out of the realm. I think it's the only position. Again, we have actually not with a starter slotted for it, unless you count Donovan Peoples-Jones, but I just don't count him yet.
Alfred, I just want to note too, if you type in DTBK, we're like the first option to subscribe to the channel as well. So that's what I tell our listeners on the at the end of the pod.
Yeah.
Just a little.
I see Jillian's on too. Hey, Jillian. Well, welcome.
But Alfred, you found us now, and if you subscribe, you will never lose us again. So, but we appreciate you being here. The Dolphins pick is in here. Mr. Goodell is announcing it. Let's see what we got. We're probably not going to like it.
I hope not.
Top Robinson. Come on, all right. We didn't want him anyways.
I mean, I did not want him.
That's good. That's good for us. I
ain't mad about it.
Yeah, I didn't think any of us were super high on him necessarily.
No.
I didn't hate the idea of him, but
kind of like a poor man's Micah Parsons, at least athletically, not playmaking wise.
He could be great. He may be great, but I just it was too iffy for me with him.
Iffy Melifanu?
Yeah.
Another Penn State guy.
I mean, the thing is, it's actually like he
Iffy.
fell.
No, he's not.
He compares actually.
Iffy Syracuse.
Oh shoot! Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
His draft status actually reflects a poor man's Micah Parsons. Like he fell just a little bit further than Micah did.
Yeah.
Like,
didn't have the college production Micah had.
I thought that was I remember that being one of the knocks that the production didn't match the elite traits. That was why he wasn't an obvious top guy. I thought that was like part of the issue with him was that he was elite athleticism, but not necessarily top notch like film. But maybe I'm wrong. That's what I remember it anyway.
Statistic wise, he didn't have the stats, the sacks and such. That seemed to be the knock on him.
But I think Penn State's scheme doesn't promote.
I don't know. He had 14 tackles for loss and 5 sacks.
Yeah, like that doesn't sound.
Which is not monstrous. That's not.
Well, it's better than a lot of these other Penn State guys coming out, like Chop Robinson and Jason Oweh.
That's what I'm kind of saying is maybe the scheme at Penn State doesn't promote high sack numbers, is why it can be hard to scout these guys. Like,
yeah, true.
Because it's the same exact knocks. It's just like to a little bit more degree with Chop than it was with.
But yet they keep recruiting these guys.
They do.
It's impressive. It's impressive how they keep rolling these guys out.
And that's why, that's why I didn't hate the idea of Chop. It's hard. But it is the same sort of unsettled. I think that same reason like we didn't pick. I know we had Sewell, so like it's we picked the side of the ball, I guess. But like we could have picked him too, but we passed on him because I don't think everyone knew he was going to become what he became. I think that's all.
Yeah. Fair enough.
If he did, I think he would have gone 1.
If you're listening right now, Please, or if you're on the YouTube, or Jillian E. Oh, I think your granddaughter wants a shout out, UJ. But
Dorothy,
anyways,
Eliza, CJ.
there you go. But if you're on the
Eliza's out
YouTube
there.
channel in the comments, let us know who you think the Lions will be taking in 7 picks. Love to see it.
Eliza, if you know who you want, let us know. Put it in the chat.
I'm trying to see who's available here from Georgia that Philly is going to take, since they take all Georgia guys in the draft. I'm kidding, but not really. But if Mims is there, they might take him. Land McConkey is probably the highest Georgia guy available. But that'd be kind of high to take him at 22 here. I love these war rooms. It looks like,
Do they want guys who smoke
almost
weed?
like stereotypical. I bet Kenyon Mitchell goes here.
Who is it? That would make sense. That's been their weakness.
They're showing him on TV. Although he doesn't look too happy. So I don't know if he's gotten a phone call yet. I think they're showing Terrion Arnold too. But I would pick Quinyon Mitchell over Arnold personally. The pick is in for Philly, so they're not trading it either. Not a lot of trades going on in this draft.
Very few. That's
People
really
are-
kind of
People are expecting like trade at the top. Nothing happened, and well, subsequently we're not getting much now. So
I mean, like, imagine a guy what Brian Thomas would do for our offense, or like a tall speedster like that.
definitely a big upgrade from Reynolds.
A lot of people like Terry and Arnold. They thought he was the top corner.
Mm-hmm. A lot of back and forth on him and Mitchell, because Mitchell, obviously Toledo, but the draft process has done Mitchell a lot of wonders.
So what does Philly need here, Big Z?
They need cornerback. Especially with the offensive lineman available, I think they definitely go cornerback because Lane Johnson's their oldest offensive tackle. But
Look at that war room. Holy!
I don't think there's a. I know, that's what I'm talking about. It looks like a.
They all got the same outfit on too.
Looks like a movie where they're like making fun of boardrooms or something. Like everybody in the same suit.
They got a deal from the local tux rental place.
It's still amazing to me, the draft. Just watching people get picked to go play for a team, and everybody stands there for 3 hours. Yeah. Like we're sitting here on the YouTube channel talking about it for 3 hours. You know?
Yeah.
It is something. Well, let's see. So 22, 23, 24, 22, 8 picks to Lars.
We're getting there, man.
Arnold,
we're getting there.
Barton, DeJean, which is Newton, Brian Thomas, Nate Wiggins, Kool-Aid, Adonai Mitchell. Darius Robinson's been mocked to us a boatload of times. Him and Kool-Aid are the 2 most popular players mocked to the Lions. Darius Robinson, wouldn't hate it. Wouldn't be overly thrilled, personally. But I'll come around to it, I'm sure. All right, so the Eagles pick is in the graphic.
I just wish nothing but ill will on Eagles fans. I just want to say that. So if any Eagles fans are out there,
oh my gosh,
nothing but ill will to you, because you guys are just evil people.
Philly fans are the worst.
They're terrible. The worst fans ever. I mean, they think their psychotic, violent nature is admirable, I guess. I don't know. But I just didn't find it that way when we visited their stadium. And no, I did not like that. But I did live to tell about it, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
He's up there. He's talking. Doing a little dance. Still talking. The NFL is a game in Brazil this year against its Packers and Eagles.
Interesting.
That's the Friday after the opening game. So they'll have a game on Thursday and Friday to start the season.
How do they talk? What is with this like presentation? How long?
If you're not listening with volume, one of the Eagles' offensive linemen's in Australia to announce the pick.
Oh my god! It took that long just to get to that point. Why not? Oh my god. Oh, who is it? Terry Arnold? I mean, Quinion?
Quinion Mitchell.
Yeah. That's
Hey,
right.
but I won my bet, UJ. First
Oh,
quarterback.
yeah, Quinion Mitchell. Wow. I can't believe he lasted this long, to be
Yeah,
honest.
great
Is that the
pick.
first corner?
Yeah, he's good, man.
Great pick.
He's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he lasted.
They got lucky. That
I
fell
am
right
too.
in their laps.
I think
There's only 6 more to us. I mean, there's gonna be some good guys available when we get there.
I think we're
when
gonna
they
sit
get us,
still at this point. I just don't know who they trade up for. Who's worth it? Like with the
For
resources
trade
it
up,
would cost.
I don't know at this point. I don't know if there's anybody I'd trade up for at this point.
I mean, unless you really love the guy, like I don't know who, but who do they really love? And that's been kind of the question anyway. Anyone worth
Yeah.
the resource?
Well, they've been pretty tight-lipped, and they have not given away anything. That's for sure. Leading up to this draft,
You're not kidding.
Quinion
I mean,
Mitchell. Wow.
This is where like a Darius Robinson or like one of those guys that's like been slotted to us more because we just have a lot of connections and he seems to fit a mold that we kind of like would maybe not surprise me. But
Well, Road Dog. I don't know if you were here earlier, but I predict they're not taking an edge in this draft.
we
at least
talked
not,
about that earlier too.
At
I
least
agree.
not early. I mean, they may go interior D line. They may go.
The only thing is, I just don't think. I don't know the player they love. That's the thing.
The Jaguars.
But I feel the same way.
I think they're looking for D line. They're looking for cornerback. Unfortunately, so
no, we weren't. We were talking about the Lions.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
No.
I can see the Jaguars are going quarterback though. Unfortunately,
but I'm kind of with you, UJ. Like I just don't feel the energy there. But I don't know. There has been that connection of Darius Robertson, and maybe he's just their guy. Not because I feel like edge is particular need, but
well, to me, the top tier edge guys are already gone.
Yeah,
the
ones
guys
I
that were
wanted.
already picked, they're already gone. Now we're getting into the second tier edge.
Mhm.
Guys.
I don't know. I think Drazon Newton's still a top tier defense tackle. So
Of course you do, Z.
Yeah,
you don't agree?
You also, Z, you
No,
also had us
good.
taking.
I don't know though.
You have us taking a guy that everyone else projects like in like the third round. With your first
you
pick in the
missed
mock
it,
draft.
Red Dog. At the beginning of the night here, I changed
What?
my prediction.
Yeah, he did.
Oh. What
I changed it to Dazard Newton
from what's his face?
Marshawn Nealand.
So you think he's not going to be a first rounder anymore?
Not. I just think Dazard Newton is who the Lions will be taking.
I don't hate that one bit. I like the
I don't
player.
hate that either. It'll be real interesting if they pick him. It would surprise me, but it would be a good surprise. I think.
Like
Who they
Cooper
pick? Who they
DeJean.
pick?
I don't know, man. It's just so hard. Like Kool-Aid got slotted to us so early, and he makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways, but also,
Hold on, we gotta quell Alfred's worry here that the Vikings, the Bears, the Packers are all on the rise.
I was trying to, but Alfred, he's worried. He's worried a lot.
Alfred.
You got to quit worrying, man. Don't worry. It's all about us, Alfred. Don't worry, man.
That's right.
Listen to Dan Campbell. It's not about the other teams. It's about us. That's all we got to worry about.
Right, and the Lions are still better than all these teams. They're just just because they're on the rise doesn't mean the Lions are suddenly worse than them or anything. Like they're still the top dog in the division. They're gonna have them gunning for them.
And Alfred, the NFC North was down last year. That's why we took advantage of it largely. But yeah, they'll definitely be tough for this year. But I think we're ready for it.
Yeah, the division will be tough. The NFC North will be a good division this year. Maybe one of the best in football, I think. But I think we are the top dogs in that division.
No doubt. We're good. Don't worry. We're gonna, put them down and put them in their place this year.
The
Penny
pick is in for the
Sewell.
Jaguars.
Penny Sewell is gonna, stand over him, make him hold his pocket. It ain't gonna be no thing to worry about.
How great of a draft pick was Penny Sewell? If we're just going retro here just for a minute,
Excellent
pick.
Great.
What that just established the new regime more than any other pick.
Mhm.
That guy is just so good.
So
He
good.
is so good.
And he's now appropriately.
And people are thinking
And
the
I
Lions
think a lot
might
of
go
people think-
quarterback in that draft too. So there was a lot of Justin
Quarterback.
Fields. Yeah, because they thought Jared Goff was a bridge quarterback.
Right.
Well, yeah, right.
So I mean,
Exactly.
again, this is who won in that draft: Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance. That's 1, 2, 3. Kyle Pitts 4, Jamar Chase 5, Jalen Waddle 6, then Sewell. Then right after Sewell, J.C. Horn, Pat Surtain, Devonta Smith, then Justin Fields and Micah Parsons. So
Wow.
pretty good draft
think-
actually, minus the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That draft couldn't have lined up better for us because we didn't need a quarterback, and that was like the best kept or worst kept secret, or at least anyone who didn't really look at what Goff was generally, or just looked and didn't like what they saw, just didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
But it made perfect sense. Like you get a franchise left tackle, start from the trenches, baby. Like that was so good. And that's what honestly, like that's like it was kind of weird. And Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell is like almost like they've been listening to our conversations over the years and like have made their decisions like build through the trenches.
Red Dog Brian Thomas to the Lions will no longer be a dream because
That's fine. I
he
wasn't
went
like
to
in
the
love with
Jaguars.
it. Honestly, the receiver I like the best is Leggett. Like I know he's like
Brian
not the
Thomas,
most
wide
polished.
receiver LSU to the Jags.
So
I just
that's
feel like
that's
it,
great for
man.
Lions, I think, because they didn't really need him. So
Agree. This is good for the Lions.
I mean, yeah, I get. I don't know.
5 more before us. A lot of good players still out there. Alfred, I know you're listening. Stop worrying, buddy. Stop worrying. We're gonna be okay, man. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah, like honestly, though, of all the receivers, like there's just something about Leggett. You watch his film, and he just jumps off the film in a certain way that's just as special. And his
Leggett?
Did you
build
ever
is-
see a guy
yeah,
jump off a film like literally?
I just told
like-
you I did. He jumped off the
Have you
film
seen
into my
Avatar? Have
into
you
my
seen
bedroom and
Avatar,
told me,
UJ?
"Man, I'm your pick." And I was like, "Damn, okay, fine. You're jacked. I don't want to fight you." So
If
you
he
know,
actually jumped
I'm
off the
behind you.
film, I want to draft him.
UJ,
for
have you
sure.
seen Avatar?
I
1 or
did,
2?
yeah. Both.
They kind of jump off the film in that movie.
Boo.
Sorta.
Wait, why didn't you go to something more like? Didn't you see like Back to the Future too? Like when the shark comes out of that jumps off the film, the 3D effects.
Hey, I got a sad admission to make there, but it's not sad in my world. But I just watched Justified all 6 seasons for the 3rd time, and it was even better than the first and second times I watched it. That show is so great. It is so great. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But what a great show! And I say it too because they did, City Primeval. They did the season in Detroit, which wasn't as good as the original series, but it was not too bad. But yeah, watch it, people. Watch it. Awesome.
I'll be interested to see how Brian Thomas's career pans out, especially.
UJ, did you get your stipend from FX? Is that what's going on here? Or you need to drop that plug.
I'm going on vacation in Harlan County this summer.
What?
So 6 picks remain before the Lions pick here.
We're
Still
getting
the
there,
name-
man.
Still the names that remain
Wow.
on
players.
the board.
Lots of good players and
Arnold,
lots of players that have been
Graham
slotted
Barton,
to us.
Cooper DeJean, Desard Noon, Nate Wiggins, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Adonai Mitchell, Darius Robinson.
There's some good players left. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine, man. We're gonna get a good player here.
NFL.com has Ladd McConkey as the 4th rated receiver overall in the entire draft. Wow, that is high praise.
No way fourth in the draft.
Yeah, no, it's their 4th
There's
highest
already been
graded
four-
receiver.
There's already been 4 receivers taken that are definitely.
I thought it was 3.
He's a good
it
receiver.
was who else besides Marvin,
Neighbors,
and
Harrison, and Naduze.
Rome? That's 3.
Yeah, and then a 4th one just taken, Brian Thomas.
Oh, okay. I forgot about Brian Thomas. Yeah, so he's the 5th rated. Sorry. Still,
Yeah.
5th rated. I did not realize he was that.
He's good. I like Ladd McConkey a lot. He's
too.
had injury history. That's like
He's got some great tape though, man. He was awesome at the combine too.
4.39.
Gonna be interesting.
I don't think he fits what we need right now. I mean, like he could definitely play on our offense and all that, but like I don't think he adds something we don't have in terms of like abilities. Like he,
You know,
6 feet. Yeah.
Red Dog, you're right about that. But this is where that kid from Florida State comes in now.
Jan Coleman.
Yeah,
Pearsall? Oh,
Coleman. I mean, he fits that receiver that we don't have. That taller.
I think Donnie Mitchell fits that too.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
but we don't have that type of receiver that you can throw a jump ball up to. You know,
I agree. And Leggett isn't technically the height one because he's only like 6'1.5", but he is a beast. And he's 1.5, 220, runs a 4.39. The dude is an absolute freak, and he can jump out of the gym. Like, I think he could play that jump ball receiver too. He does that. Like that, he plays like those guys.
I'd have a Donnie Mitchell.
Cowboys are trading down.
The Cowboys?
Or to Kid J just mentioned the Cowboys are trading down.
He did, but when Z said, "Whoa!" There it is.
There's the horn.
Donnie Mitchell.
There's the horn.
Okay, what do we got going here? What's happening?
Too much. We're really narrowing down. Look who's left. Who fits the Lions? That's the question. I mean, I think Cooper DeJean somewhat reminds me, like when I watch him on film, he reminds me a lot of the way that Witherspoon just jumped off with his explosive play when I watched his highlights last year. So maybe that. I don't know. He seems like a hard-nosed player, but it's just so hard to know.
Who is the trade to?
Graham is still there too. Harry and Arnold. I know
the Lions are on the clock, baby. The Lions have traded up.
Oh my God!
What? The Lions traded up?
Brad, what did you do? Grant Barton. I bet it's Grant Barton. Oh, I don't know.
Oh no! Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, this is exciting.
What are they going for here?
Brad.
It's gonna be Brad.
Oh, nice roar! Nice roar!
Oh, well, this will be really interesting.
Jimmy Cooper.
Now.
Jimmy
Could be
Cooper.
Cooper. Oh my
Adrian
God.
Cooper.
Cooper DeJean. Wait, this is gonna be real. Oh my God, what's going on here? This is exciting now. This just got real, boys. This just got real.
And look at Brad. Look at freaking Brad. Like I had a feeling, at least some. I mean, I've had so many feelings, so I'm not gonna act like I'm some prophet or anything. But like, I had a feeling he wasn't gonna sit still. But like, this is what he does.
Yeah, don't tell us.
Don't tell us. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Is it?
Oh my God.
Grant Barton. Don't tell me.
And Brad, we trust. Nice
and
Brad.
And Brad, we trust, baby.
I bet we also did a pretty good job in the resources traded. I like this.
I can't believe they traded up. I didn't think they'd do it.
I can't either.
I can. You know, if they see their guy, and who is their guy? I think it's got to be Graham at this point. Like who?
It could be Cooper DeJean.
I think it could be Cooper too. So
or Cooper. Oh man, it's so hard to tell, but it's so exciting. So exciting.
This is so exciting. Oh my God, this just got real, folks.
Thank you.
Which one of us three wants to announce it?
Well, wait. Is it
go
up?
ahead. You do it.
Z? All right, tell us, Z.
I don't know yet. I just.
Oh Jesus Christ! Why did you say that?
It's coming right here though. So
first person to know.
Oh my God, a lion. And they're hugging each other. They're slapping their hands.
Of course they are.
In the war room. Hugging Sheila.
Did they get the Make-A-Wish kid?
What are you watching on, UJ?
On ABC, I guess.
Okay.
I'm delayed though. I know I'm delayed from whatever you're watching.
No, I'm on ESPN, so I don't see the War Room.
Oh. They're showing
so
there's
awesome.
Campbell and drinking water and
I should put on. I wish I had ABC on.
It could be Kool-Aid. It could be any. Like, oh my God, who do they like?
I'd say trade over Kool-Aid. I don't know if
they're all hugging Sheila. Well, they got somebody they want really bad here. I can't wait to see who it is, man.
I'm fine with literally anybody they pick. You're right.
Oh, good point. Good point.
If anything, this confirms that they're going for their guy. Like to me, that's what that tells me. Like they had a feeling someone might have a chance of falling into their range, and they've been waiting, hoping.
Shout out to my boy Pod for joining the pod here.
Pod
Joining the pod.
Pod on the pod.
I see some black jerseys, UJ.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ooh, share.
I'll read it back, KJ. So lines trade up, and what are they? 73 and 29. Okay, so we give up our third rounder.
Oh man.
That's 7th.
Okay.
They must
And
really
we
like
got back at 7th.
Look at that. Brad always does that. He don't just give up. Oh, he always gets a little bit something extra back just to make sure.
This is taking forever.
They must really like whoever this is, man. They must really like it.
You know they do. You know they would.
Because they traded up for him.
Oh, come on, baby.
And we still get our second round pick tomorrow, at least.
Yeah.
We'll probably trade back into the third anyway. Who is it gonna be?
I'm a little surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised in the fact that they did it because you never know what to expect from Brad, but I would have bet they would move down instead of up.
Me too.
I honestly felt like it was all very equally possible depending on how it fell. Brad has even said it. He would trade up for his guy, and he's done it before.
I think it's Cooper DeJean.
I think you might be right. I kind of agree.
I don't know why, but I think
Bob, fuck off. Sorry. I mean, texts are popping up. He said pick is in. I thought he was about to say who it was.
I don't want to know who yet. I don't want to know. Wait.
I know.
I'm not looking at any texts. I'm not looking
who's
at.
Going to tell us?
I'll announce it.
Okay.
You're the guy to walk up on the
screen. If one of us is ahead, I'll just.
Yeah, just give us a chance. Give us the buffer.
Wait.
But they're doing a whole talk before.
Oh, jeez, of course they are.
Goodell's not up.
Highway robbery of like.
I'm not looking at our comments either. I gotta turn off the comments or close the comments.
That's what like my chat thread popped up on my screen. Bob's like picks in.
I'm not looking at it.
What are they talking about now? You got a bunch of high school kids up there.
Flag football, the NFL runs.
It's just the NFL patting themselves on the back, and we have to watch it because that's what we have to do in order to see our pick.
Hey, flag football is gonna be an Olympic sport. You know that?
That's right. Wait, it is?
I think so.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know why you do the boring, non-violent version of football as an Olympic sport, but whatever.
Well, if they keep making rules the way they're doing, it's going to be flag anyway pretty soon. So.
Good composure with.
Come on, Ellie, give us some good.
Here we go. Seeing it live.
Here we go.
She gonna read it?
Wow, they did go cornerback.
Say it, Z.
Terrian Arnold out of Alabama.
Wow.
Oh.
Honestly, like most people thought he wouldn't even be near us. Like he was one of the top considered in the whole draft.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, a lot of people are going to be really happy. I didn't pay too much attention because I just didn't think he was someone going to reach us. Oh, a number one is he number one? What number is he?
Here we go. And he's got the whole city of Detroit right there to welcome him immediately. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, well, Kool-Aid was not the pick, and obviously was never going to be the pick.
Nope.
This guy's a player. This guy's a player.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
I honestly have not watched as much of his tape, unfortunately. So, but I mean, you're getting hopefully a number one cornerback here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And the thing is, he doesn't have to start right away. Like
right, exactly. That's the big thing. He has time to develop, which is what the Lions.
Wow.
Although the cornerback history, that's why Brad Holmes was pumped. He's wanted his cornerback. So.
True.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting pick.
I honestly didn't look.
So there you go. The Lions trade away their third rounder and, of course, their 21st to move up 4 spots to get Terrian Arnold, who I think they thought the Packers would go after because the Packers need a quarterback.
Hey, I will say if it wasn't Brad Holmes doing this, I'd be like, whatever. Because honestly, I didn't even know much about the guy.
On one of the big boards I'm looking at, he was the 11th ranked player on the big board.
No, some thought he was right there with Quinion. Like it was going to be.
He is right there with Quinion, right there with him.
That's what. Yeah. So
the Athletic had Jalen Johnson as his comp, which is pretty good. So The
He's a
Lions.
4.5
I've been a lot of
40.
draft experts or whatever, like the people that studied this film for a living. We'll say the Lions got a steal here.
Marshawn Lattimore is the NFL comp on NFL.com.
Yeah,
That's even better.
6 foot 189, 4.5 40. I'm reading some of the positives. Smooth athlete with fluid hips and movement skills, has twitch and explosiveness to drive out of breaks. Able to quickly sink his hips. You got to be able to sink your hips in the NFL. You know what I mean? With great reactionary quickness.
Dane Brugler had him as his number one, oldest of 3 children, raised in Tallahassee, Florida. Just reading through his thing here. A lot of offers coming out of school.
17th ranked cornerback in athleticism score, though.
Yeah, 4.53 40.
Yeah, not impressive there. But his burst, 37-inch verticals, no joke. 10.9 broad jump, no joke. 1.54 10-yard split. So he's got the burst. He's not a long speed guy, but he's got length too. That nice 31 and 5.8-inch arms at 6 foot tall. Like with that vertical, this boy was going to be able to cover some area.
So this is the short write-up on him. Overall, Arnold offers an ideal blend of cover athleticism and competitive makeup with the ball skills to make plays at every level of the field. He's scheme versatile and has the talent to work inside or outside. He can be NFL team's number 1 cornerback, offering a skill set similar to that of Jalen Johnson. 5 interceptions last year, first team All-American.
Kool-Aid McKinstry is more reliable and consistent than Arnold, but I think Arnold has more pure cover talent. NFC regionals.
Yeah.
21, wow. Really young, 21.
I mean, but to me, what's so cool about Brad's process is by not only that they picked him, but the fact that we traded up for him. It tells me droves about his character, his mindset, where he's at about football, and he has some elite traits, not necessarily not the fastest guy, but he's gonna fit all the right character points that are gonna make him likely to succeed.
Yeah, I agree. This is our defense.
What do you think about the trade, though? What do you think about giving up a 3rd rounder for him?
I'm mixed on it, but if they feel that strongly about him, I'm okay with it. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It makes our next pick even more interesting because our next pick's got to be a winner too. I'm guessing it's going to be O-line most likely, but I'll tell you what, our defense got better this year, man. Between the free agent signings we made this year and now this draft pick, our secondary will be something to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
and our defensive line will be something. Our defense will be reckoned with. We got faster, we got stronger, we got better on every level, and that along with our offense, oh my God, wow, yeah, we got
this
better.
is exciting.
We got better.
I mean, add this to the free agency additions, and geez, our secondary is looking like something that's going to be potentially special. Oh man,
yeah,
and that's I feel like the difference between Bob Quinn and them is they would have picked him at 3.
Yeah, I know.
We got him at 24. I feel perfectly fine with some of the limited traits. We're not picking a top 10 pick. This is late 1st round, perfectly acceptable range of talent. This kid's a player too. And the kid loves football.
It's interesting because he was not on my radar big. Big on
no. Well, largely because no one thought he'd be available.
Yeah, you're right, and I think all that heavy offense early in the draft let these guys drop further. So I think that might have helped us out a lot here.
Was he corner number 2 to go after Quinion?
He was, I believe, on a lot of big boards. He was the number 2, right behind Quinion. I mean, right
in the
behind.
draft.
A lot of people's big boards have number 1.
Oh yeah, so Quinion and then us. Well, actually.
The Lions draft, by the way, so they have a 2nd rounder and then a 5th, 6th, and a 7th. 2 7s now, I should say, rather.
Their day's going to be rough.
Wait, say that one more time, please.
So they have a 2nd rounder, but nothing then until the 5th round after that.
Oh, my God.
A 5th, 2 6, and 2 7s.
I wonder what the Packers are going to do now. I see Graham Barton or Cooper DeJean going here right now.
I think they go Graham Barton.
Mm.
Jordan Morgan. Wow.
Jordan Morgan, who?
Graham Barton's still available. That's pretty nuts.
I mean, he is more an interior lineman, so I'm not too surprised. And versatility is not necessarily treasured by all. Like
I knew
maybe
they were
like
going offensive line. I didn't think they go with him though.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between tackle and interior guys, and Barton is considered more of an interior guy, even though he played tackle in college.
Right.
So interesting.
What I am glad though, UJ, is that DeJean nor Graham Barton went there, so I could still root for them in their NFL career.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Well, still got a ways to go to where they can end up, so don't get too excited.
Maybe Frazier ends up with the Lions at 29 in the second round. I doubt it, but maybe.
Well, I would not mind that if he falls to us. I hope he does.
Lions are going to have a very small draft class, though.
No, it's going to be a small
which is
draft
fine. I mean, we don't need big draft classes anymore.
Our second pick's going to be very interesting now. What direction
do
they go?
Do you think they make some sort of trade to get more draft capital?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I think the Lions this year aren't worried about quantity as much as quality. So,
clearly
they don't get that many picks. I don't think they'll just try to get more draft capital. I think they'll just try to get the best player they can right now, and then wait till next year as far as drafting, because our team's pretty loaded right now, and we don't need a lot. I mean, so
we need seeding for the future at different positions like O-line, like D-line. I think we're in a better place than a lot of people think D-line, but I am projecting a little bit of progress from guys like Pascal and Onzarike and Broderick Martin. But like, I do really think we have the talent is there. It just needs to keep developing. But I think they trust their process. I think James Houston. I just think we have guys that there is some ifs to play there, but we did also add Davenport and stuff. I just think we have a potentially really good line. They just have to come to fruition still.
I also want to note too that the Lions, I just want to note their 2025 draft picks in case you're wondering. First, they have their own first, second, third, fourth. They have a fourth from the DeAndre Swift trade. It's crazy. They still haven't paid that off yet or gotten the rewards of it yet. Their own fifth, and then 2 7ths, one of which is from trading Denzel Mims away.
Okay.
Well, Z, I think the thing is, I have a feeling we'll make at least one more move, if not a couple, in this draft. I think they will snipe a few guys. Like, I don't know. I think that's the way they're going to approach this draft. We don't have a ton of picks, so we'll maximize, like you're saying, the quality.
2 7ths and 2 6ths for middle round third pick.
We'll trade all of those for 1 third-round pick.
Well, like you just listed off all those next year picks. I wouldn't be surprised if we trade away a little bit of that to move this year at certain points.
Yeah, like the Eagles' fourth or something.
Yes, whatever. Like, have extra resources or even one of their own. It's going to be depend on who's there, when they have a chance. I just think I think they're gonna target a few players in this draft. Like, I have a feeling they just got a scenario that was like one of those ones where it's like you just have your big board and it's just who's there at a certain point, and then they saw Terry Arnold falling all the way there, and they're like, let's go.
Wow, none of us had the Lions trading up in this draft, and none of us had Terry Arnold in the first round.
We weren't allowed to do trades other than use these, so I mean, obviously.
I had him trading back, so I was wrong. I really didn't. I mean, the reports are right. The Lions were trying to trade up in this draft at some point.
Yeah, I heard that, but I didn't believe it, to be honest. I thought they'd move the other way to get more picks, but
you gotta see the videos of Brad Holmes here. I don't know.
I only thought they would trade back if there wasn't one of their guys. Like, I always thought this possibility was perfectly, like, it literally felt like all three options were perfectly legitimate, just depending on how things fall. Stay, move back, or move up. And And the fact that obviously a guy that met the criteria of moving up fell is honestly, to me, that's more exciting than still having our 3rd-round draft pick. So, like, this shows a high level of confidence in the pick. Like,
Right.
that they didn't just get lucky. Some guy fell to them and they're just like, well, we took the guy that was there. Like,
Well, they got depending on who you talk to, the number 1 or number 2 cornerback in the draft
right.
at a position of apparent need from most
Dire
people,
need, according to Chaz.
according to a lot of people.
Well, UJ, the Graham Barton dream might be dead here after pick 26. I might be spoiling it for you here.
I really like Graham Barton. Just did. That you fall in love with a player, and that's the guy I kind of fell in love with. So and I'll just have you know, just as a point of reference, I did predict the Taylor Decker 1st-round pick, whatever year that was. We picked him. I predicted it, and we took him. I also predicted Frank Ragnow. However, I picked him in the 2nd round. He actually went in the 1st round, so I was really wrong about the round, but I was right about the player. So I do have some track record with picking these guys.
Yeah,
so
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, last year, if we talk about that, Gibbs, yeah.
You didn't predict the trade, but you had us pick him.
I did not predict the trade, no. But the player, yes. Well, Red Dog, you and me were in concert on that one together, but
yeah, that kid, too exciting. And I mean, every time I see him, like, were you guys ever start watching that Inside the Den or have a chance to watch it yet? Like,
yeah,
I heard it was good.
Well, I mean, it's mostly just like highlights of last year with sort of like some extra narrative added, and it's like watching freaking best.
So
Gibbs go off. It's just so damn fun.
This draft had 14 players taken in a row to start the draft. That's the most ever at any point in the draft. That many offensive players in a row have been picked, let alone the beginning of the draft.
Wow,
that's wild.
And with this Graham Barton pick at 26.
Most offensive players, period.
That's 19, which ties the record with 6 picks still to go. So
obviously you've already spoiled it. You say Graham Barton's gonna be picked on. Yeah,
I thought I spoiled it 5 minutes ago. My bad.
I'm shedding a bit of a tear right now just because I really wanted this guy.
Let's pour one out for Graham.
I really wanted this guy.
Trade away the rest of their draft to get back into the
this
top
guy
this
is
round.
A stud. They got him marked as a center, but he's very versatile. He can play any position.
Extremely versatile.
And if you watch this film, I think he ran like a 4.9 or something.
Yeah, he's super athletic.
Super athletic, big, nasty. Oh my god!
Look at his highlight. I have ESPN. They're showing him against Florida State just dominating.
Oh, he's just amazing. He's a great player. 6'5.5", 313.
That's a great get for Tampa. Great get.
Absolutely.
And with all the wild like crazy metrics and stats they covered today, he was like considered like the most had like the best ability to regain his like posture from a difficult position.
Right. The recovery.
Which is hey, I mean, I don't know how you quantify that, but when you see it in action, you're like, okay, that's impressive. Dude's got some talent.
Duke's an interesting team as a college team. They get some good talent coming out of that school. And it's really funny. They're not known as a football school really, but in the last several years they've turned out some good players.
Yeah,
I'm a little heartbroken right now seeing him go to another team.
The Cardinals picks in already. That was fast.
Lakin Tomlinson, right, UJ?
Well, Lakin Tomlinson, I remember that we were at the draft live that night. Jenny and I were there, and
Darius Robinson won 27 to the Cardinals.
Ooh.
Really, Darius Robinson? Oh my God! Wow, good for him. Good for that kid.
I was starting to think he would go in the first round, so
I'm happy for him. Good kid.
Yeah,
solid player, really good player.
I'd rather have Terrion Arnold than him. I think Lions did good there at least. 285 though, he moves pretty good for 285.
Yeah, now that we picked Terrion Arnold, I'd rather have him than anyone else.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, but look how good our secondary got. I mean, really look at it. Oh my God. How between him and our free agent signings, oh my God, we got better.
Oh yeah,
we got better.
Oh, let me look up something here really quick.
I know. Well, like the only problem is my lights are all behind me. I had like one of those LED lights, and the freaking cord just snapped off. I know I was trying to figure out a way to get some lighting going here. Let's see if this is any better.
Still no Cooper DeJean. The Buffalo Bills reportedly looking for wide receiver, so that's where I imagine they probably look here in 28.
Well, Buffalo lost Diggs, right?
Lost Diggs, Gabe Davis as well. So they lost two of their top wide receivers.
They're hurting it, right?
Oh, Donnie Mitchell.
Oh, Donnie Mitchell.
That's what I'm guessing. If I had to guess who they're going to go with here.
Oh.
I mean, he's got some real nice traits.
Yeah, he does. Darius Robinson.
Yeah, right from outside of Detroit. He's from, so.
I'm happy for the kid. He seems like a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like he would have been a good Campbell kind of guy.
Gets to go to a warm weather state.
Really, UJ, I'm really sad for him.
Chiefs traded up. Oh!
Kirk Cousins does not seem happy, by the way, that Penix was drafted tonight. Kirk Cousins' agent. Yes, it was a big surprise. We had no idea this was coming. The truth is that the whole league had no idea this was coming. We got no heads up. Kirk got a call from the Falcons when they were on the clock. That was the first we heard. It never came up in any conversation.
If I were Kirk, I would not be worried about that. All right.
No, it shouldn't be. He's a professional. It'd be ridiculous.
Exactly.
Honestly, stupid that the agent's even out there yapping like that.
I can't believe the Bills are trading with the Chiefs, their rival. That's fascinating. The Chiefs probably are going to go wide receiver here. They need one desperately.
Well, Brad Holmes kind of started that trend of trading with your division and stuff.
Did that Rice kid, is he cut from the team or is he?
No, his legal situation's ongoing.
It's a weird situation, yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Rashee Rice.
Yeah.
What's up with him?
He got in a car accident where he ran from the scene and
oh, nice.
Yeah, there was injuries. Nobody died, but it was a hit and run.
Nobody died.
He's being sued for $10 million by the people in the accident, but he could face jail time potentially. So, not a fun way to celebrate your off season as a Super Bowl champion.
No,
too much celebrating.
Yeah,
was Jalen Carter with him?
You give 21-year-old kids like Maseratis and cars.
Yeah, did you see
200 miles an hour?
There was a video of the accident, which is kind of crazy. Someone had a video like there was a car right behind where the accident occurred.
Really?
And he was like driving like a really nice like Lamborghini or something.
I'm sure.
This Terrion Arnold guy seems really cool though. Like we're gonna like this guy's personality a lot, which is not surprising by any means, of course, for the Lions, but he seems very personable.
Yeah, I can't wait to read more about him now. Do a deep dive into
right. I'm already watching highlights over here.
If you came here for the updates to the NBA playoffs, the Nuggets are down 53-49 at halftime. I know you were concerned about that, Red Dogs. I just wanted to update you.
It was utterly.
You only have so many screens.
Are they still playing basketball right now?
Oh yeah, big time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Big time. The first round of the NBA playoffs.
NBA still going.
Oh, they're in the playoffs now?
Mm-hmm. Now they're trying. They're trying now.
I know the Celtics are good. That's all I know. And
Denver.
I was always a Celtics fan back from the Larry Bird days. So.
The Bulls are not in the playoffs.
No.
But now the Chiefs pick. Trying to see if I can.
I'm guessing receiver.
See who they're picking.
The pick is in.
I would imagine
one with good hands. Just
yeah, right.
You want me to tell you their pick or wait?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. All right, I don't care.
It's not a Donnie Mitchell. Can you guess it's another wide receiver?
Did we think he was going to be Donovan Mitchell?
He's really fast.
The fast guy. Oh no, McKay Coleman or whatever his freaking name is.
Xavier Worthy.
Worthy, yeah, that kid. That's what I was trying to go for. Oh my god,
broke the 40-yard combine record.
4.21 or whatever.
Mahomes got a Hill replacement.
Xavier, run fast. Just run a straight line.
Yeah, just run real
I think
fast.
Donnie Mitchell's a more complete wide receiver. I'm surprised they traded up for Worthy, to be honest.
I'm not.
I don't think they need
you've
to do
seen what his type of skill set can become with
guess,
paired with
but
Mahomes. Why would you not?
I heard he's a slight problem off the field too, although the Chiefs don't mind that at all. But
no, they don't seem to
keep him
like Tyree. They took Tyreek Hill, for instance, and other folks like that.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a John Ross-esque type speed. Like I don't know.
You're saying he's just an athlete, not a player?
Not as good of one as I think Mitchell is a more complete wide receiver. I think.
I've watched his highlight films. I'm not saying he's like the most polished or anything, but do you have to be when you can run 4.21?
Donnie Mitchell ran 4.39, so it's not like
but that's point.
It
that's
still makes
a second faster.
Yeah, but Red Dog, it still makes a difference. There's teams that are drafted track guys before that could run.
Oh, I get that.
Fast. Doesn't mean they're great receivers.
I know, but I've watched Worthy's highlights, and he makes plays. He catches the ball. He runs all over the field. Like it's not like he's just he's just some athlete. He's a good receiver. Actually, NFL.com had him as one of the higher rated just receivers, just grade wise. I think this is one of those cases of the rich getting richer right here, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, they need a wide receiver. They need speed, especially because they got rid of Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who was their deep threat. So if anybody can make him a good wide receiver, it's Patrick Mahomes. So
he's
definitely going to the right situation.
Yeah, if you're a receiver, you get on a team with Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, you're in a good position there.
It's speed, man.
Speed kills, baby.
And the thing is, not everyone knows how to use speed either. Like, there's teams that just don't know what to do with it. The Chiefs know what to do with it. That'll be interesting. And he has a 41-inch vertical. That's nuts.
Still no Cooper DeJean.
40, yeah, no Cooper. He might not even go in the first round though.
Yeah, Worthy has a 4.21 40, a 1.49 10-yard split, a 41-inch vertical, and a 10.11 broad jump. This kid is nothing short of pure explosion. Like,
oh yeah, not denying
holy
that.
smokes! But and the thing is, he produced. You're right, Z. I think no one's gonna claim he's the best actual receiver in this draft. But I think the thing is, he is at least an actual receiver. He's not just some track athlete who only showed up because he ran fast. But there is that line of balance. I do agree that maybe he tips a little on like you're drafting for traits maybe there. But at this stage of the draft, though, can you really? What's there to lose? Like, geez.
No, I didn't see what they gave up. Probably a third rounder, or fourth.
Yeah, they're obviously hurting. The Chiefs. They need to fill a lot of holes.
They do have a hole at offensive line, which I'm surprised. Well, I guess they don't.
I don't know. Receivers these days get held in really high regard for their value, so I'm not too surprised that either. Man, this has been wild.
It's been a very interesting draft.
First round's nuts.
Here's the Make-A-Wish kid, Jack, you were talking about. And, they're not drafting them. They're letting them call the draft pick.
They'd be just as excited if they drafted him, though.
Oh, there's the Make-A-Wish kid on that guy's shoulders, too. Wait, hold on.
He gets to bring his companion, so he's taller. So it's an advantage. his nurse can throw him up in the air to catch passes.
4.21. That's just so ridiculously fast.
I know. I mean,
It's just so freaking fast.
to me, that's worth a flyer for a team like the Chiefs, man. 'Cause that can be the kind of thing that just helps you run through the regular season with just ease.
What was Jameson Williams' time again?
He never ran it at the
Oh, he didn't
combine.
run the 40. That's right.
We never got to really know. We just know he's fastest.
Oh yeah, as evidenced by that reverse touchdown.
Oh my God,
to open the NFC Championship.
That was one of the more exciting plays ever.
That was so great.
As he stumbled and bumbled his way into the end.
Yeah, rips out, or like runs through an arm tackle, tears his jersey. That was
I mean, you see these highlights, so they can just throw screen to Worthy and have him just
yeah.
Like see, his
everybody.
highlights are like, it's not like he's. I'm not saying he's a great receiver, but he's not just some sprinter. That's all you can see.
No,
he's
it's
got
fair.
more.
Again, he's got Mahomes, so he can make full use of his speed downfield for sure.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
Man,
Mahomes will take advantage of that, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Look at that speed. That's just ridiculous speed. It's just effortless speed. These guys who can run, it's just amazing.
Now I kind of want Xavier Legette to fall to our second pick.
I want Zach Frazier to fall to our second pick, or Brandon Frisky.
Well, Frazier, that's probably.
I think Braden Fiskey is definitely more realistic.
I know Zach Frazier. Unless
why?
I just really think we need O-line for the future.
Fiskey's
I really
really
do.
Yeah,
Fiskey
I agree.
would be an interesting second pick because it would really help our D line, I think.
Honestly, well, we don't have a third rounder now, so I don't know.
No,
when
we
we'll
don't.
address
That's what
O-line.
his second pick is going to be critical, man. It's going to be really a big deal.
It's not critical. That's the thing about this. UJ is not a critical draft in the way it used to be. Like we just need to add good guys who have the right character, have the right makeup, have real serious upside, and then they're going to come in and fight for a spot. Like there's no urgency at any position, honestly, except for X receiver. That's the only spot I can.
Well,
Cooper DeJean would have been available in 29 at the Lions and trade back.
Yep. So I mean, we know their guy now. That became evident.
I'm curious who the Cowboys pick here. That's gonna be very interesting.
Is Art Newton also available? The Cowboys need. Well, they need a lot of help, but
They need a quarterback.
Actually,
they need off the line, but
the thing with Dak is he does want 60 right now, so maybe they don't want to pay him that.
Wow, they did go off the line anyways. I think they reached here. Tyler Guyton. I think that's a reach personally, but
no. I don't know how you even know that though. Like,
oh, okay, all right. I kind of agree with you, Z. I think it's a little bit of a reach.
Why?
He's not the guy that I was thinking about.
Yeah, but did you consider many tackles?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, he's a 6'8", 322-pound tackle.
Oh, he's a monster. I mean, all these guys are monsters.
But he ran also a 5'19" at that size. I mean, the dude's got. I don't know. I just don't get the reach label.
No. Well, it's an interesting pick. 6'7", 322.
He's just not overpowering. What's his size again?
6'7", 322. 6'7" and 3/8 or something in 322.
He still needs.
He's big, dude.
Here you go. The AFC National Scout anticipated your skepticism. There's a lot to work with here. I think he has a chance to get hot and go way earlier than people might expect. I guess he was right.
He's the same. He's roughly the same. He's slightly. He's an inch shorter than Joe Alt, otherwise same weight. Sorry.
I think he's a bit of a project compared to some of the earlier guys, but I mean, I don't know. How do you knock drafting a freak talent at O-line?
Well, he's freaky physically. It'll be interesting to see if he pans out. They did need help at O-line, though. Dallas did.
Yeah, they did.
Dallas is a weird team, man. I always root for their demise every year because I just can't stand Dallas.
Yeah.
And they oblige every year, UJ.
And they do. They've obliged. I think their futility is worse than the Lions now. And I can't
Mike
remember.
McCarthy's their coach, so there's no concerns about them going deep in the playoffs.
Worse than
And
the
Dak
Lions.
Prescott's
that
their
is
quarterback.
saying something.
He doesn't scare me at all.
Yeah, they did beat us on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, no, they did not beat us. The refs beat us on that.
They
I will
paid the
not
refs
give that
better
to
than
Dallas.
us.
I'll give that to the refs. We beat them.
I know. 3 more picks left in tonight.
Our guy
next year-
Alfred, who was on our chat there, freaks out about a lot of
Chatty.
things. He freaked out about the Packers loss last year, but you know what? Every year you're gonna have a couple losses that are just like, they're just gonna happen. They're just the team's down that day for whatever reason. Even the best teams are gonna have an off day once in a while. That was one of our off days. It was just not the right day. Okay, it was nothing for concern though. That Packers game that we lost.
Watch the Ravens get Cooper DeJean, and the rich just get richer.
Oh, no.
Both Kyle Hamilton and Cooper DeJean, they can just move them wherever they want.
This is the
Along the
definite kind of draft where that happens. But we're one of those teams now, though. Sitting at the back of the draft, and we get a chance at one of the guys
But
that falls.
we traded up, so we didn't.
We did trade up, yeah.
Yeah, that
He
Kyle
did, but he
Hamilton
fell.
turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah, he did. Hamilton kind of turned into what I thought Isaiah Simmons was supposed to be.
Isaiah Simmons
Hamilton's
did
a
not-
monster.
He is a monster.
Who?
Simmons, Jack.
Hamilton.
Red Dog. Simmons did not turn out to be as good as we thought he would.
No.
We were both on the Simmons train.
He's still a playmaker.
I think it's
the right
largely they didn't know how to
situation too,
use him.
though.
Yeah.
True.
If you got the right situation. Well,
You
the
gotta
Ravens
know
are
how to
at
use a guy like
defense, but
I thought he'd be like just
I
one of
do
those
think.
game changer guys.
I did too. Such a tantalizing skill set. And
Let's see what the Ravens do here. This will be very interesting. They'll pick a quarterback from Kent State. No.
Ravens. What do they need? Does they need any more targets for Lamar?
Nate Wiggins, cornerback.
Nate Wiggins. They went Nate Wiggins, Red Dog.
He's a good player. He's good.
Fast.
He was
Fast. Honestly, the
wasn't he
biggest
rated like
turnoff-
the third ranked CB in the draft? I think.
Yep.
he
A
was
lot of
up
people had
there.
him as third.
Honestly, his build is what bothers me. That 6'1", 173. That seems like too skinny.
What bothers me is his haircut. But
And he's fast as
4.28
fuck,
40
but,
though.
yeah, I mean, I just feel like he's gonna be like he's gonna cover well, but then he's gonna get broken like a toothpick in run defense, and then be done.
well, especially because you can't drop your hips now when you tackle somebody.
Well, there you go, right? That too.
Yeah.
He has better physical talent than Devon Witherspoon too, and but he doesn't have the same level of dog in him. Probably the biggest difference right now. Better prospect though.
Dog level.
This guy thought he was a better prospect than Witherspoon, minus the grit, I guess.
No,
But I mean, he's got the size and speed. I just don't like his weight. Like, he's just too skinny, and I think he had injury problems too.
It's all about dog level.
I agree.
Dog level.
Yeah, his strength, like against it, like he's not gonna be a press corner, I imagine. That type of size.
I think he's
like
gonna be,
imagine putting him into like Metcalf.
right.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, well against Metcalf, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's like the yeah.
Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie comparison.
Okay. Oh, he's a good player. Good player.
I got Tyson
Interesting
Campbell
pick.
over here on NFL.com.
Who?
Tyson Campbell. Is this comparison on NFL.com? I don't
Is
know
that
who that is.
is someone who writes that up on NFL.com?
Lance Zerlane. Zerlane. Zerlin. Yeah.
Okay, the 49ers are on the clock.
Yep, we got 2 picks left tonight.
Yeah.
Will Brad
Just
surprise us
another
again?
shout out to Kid J for just absolutely crushing the live stream tonight.
Kid J, you are
the man.
such a talented individual, man.
Hey!
We got a trade.
Oh, I thought he was giving a shout out to himself there with the horn. He should give it.
Oh, he was giving himself a shout out.
Nice.
And he should.
I thought it was a trade.
Because Kid J rocks it, man.
Don't break your arm, pat yourself on the back, Kid J. No.
I mean, look at even the ticker down below and everything like that. Like,
no, he's amazing.
Updating that constantly.
This kid, I'm telling you, he's a first round draft talent. Kid J.
Yes.
Even gained a couple subscribers and everything tonight, so this has been great.
Hey, about a little.
If you're watching and can you leave a comment, should we do more live YouTube things? And when is the best time to do them? When is the audience the biggest?
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Like what I mean, do you guys think like after a game, is it better to do it live immediately after the game or give it 24 hours?
Well, considering it's usually only like you and me, Zia. I enjoy doing them when we do their post game lives.
Yeah. It's good to get the immediate reaction. It's also good to like give the 24-hour see, kind of think things over, watch some things over, give a more educated response, I guess, if you will.
Hey, but, little note about Terrion Arnold. NFL.com did have his production score as a 90, which was the #1 ranked at the cornerback position. But
even
then
with the
he's
40
like,
score, interesting.
What's that?
Even with his 40 time.
So they have on NFL.com, they have several different metrics that they go off of. They have like a whole like next gen stats thing. They have a production score, an athleticism score, and a total score. The production score for Terrion Arnold was a 90 in the 24 combine. That ranked first at the position of cornerback. His athleticism score was a 70 in the 2024 combine. That ranked 17th. But combined, the total score still comes out to an 85, which makes him second at the position. So,
yeah. Terrion Arnold had a 9.27 relative athletic score.
That's not bad.
Do you know what Graham Barton had, UJ? Do you know what his relative athletic score was?
I do not know.
It was
9.
So the highest score is a 10. He got a 10.
Graham Barton did?
Mm-hmm.
You just made me sadder, Z. You just made me even sadder. Oh my god.
Yeah, UJ.
He ranked one of. He's now graded 619 offensive centers and that he is the most athletic center.
I don't believe we didn't pick him. That was my guy, man. God damn it.
Jordan Morgan was 9.24.
Wow.
Darius Robinson was 7.78. Xavier Worthy 9.41, dinging him for his height and weight. Tyler Guyton 9.73.
Yeah, what a reach.
I still think he has some work to do. Nate Wiggins 9.44.
Well, you see though, just to that though, is that you got to account for the massive offensive run. Maybe he doesn't fall much further the way things were going.
Yeah, I mean they're desperate for offensive linemen, so especially tackle. So he'll probably.
I still think there's going to be a good one.
Tackle.
I think there'll be a good offensive lineman available at our second pick.
I think there will. I agree.
Like Cooper Beebe.
Cooper Beebe.
That's one possibility.
The kid from West Virginia.
Even Zach Frazier could be there.
Yeah, Frazier. Well, Powers Johnson's still technically available, but we know maybe why now.
Ricky Pearsall will not be going to the Lions because he just got
made
drafted
the
at 31.
first round.
Whoa,
my
Ricky
God.
Pearsall, 31.
I'm not surprised. I'm just surprised no
Wow.
one recognized how good that kid really was.
Well,
The
somebody
kid's
did.
great. The
He's
kid's
good pick.
fantastic.
I mean, in the pundit circles.
Wow.
No, this kid
Buffalo's
is
got to be pissed. Buffalo's
This
got to be
is-
pissed.
This kid's a player, man. He's a player. He's
I
really
love
good.
he was like the whole Florida offense. Like he was an absolute dynamo. I'm not surprised.
For sure.
There's still
And
talk that they might trade Brandon Ayuk. So,
Like I feel like
Really?
oh yeah, there's a lot of talk about
that's probably why they picked
him being included in a trade up to the even early in the first round. The 49ers
that's
are looking to trade all the
interesting.
way up to the top of the draft.
Wow, Ricky Pearsall, man. First round. I love it.
You know, like I honestly thought he was gonna be like a Cooper Cup or like somebody in fall, and then everyone was gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's so good."
He is though, you know. He's like that though. He's in that mold of those guys. He's
he's
gonna
white.
be good. Okay, but he's in that mold. He's gonna be good.
No, I think that was a good pick.
Who has?
Bills. I thought that was already known.
The Bills have
I see the
Whoa!
clock. The Panthers traded
the
up.
Panthers. They're tired of. They didn't want to wait around.
Ooh, who do they pick?
They need a wide
here?
receiver extremely badly. Like literally, they can't go wrong with this pick.
They're letting all the good ones go though.
Leggett maybe or
There's still some good ones left though.
Or
Who
Donnie
was the-
Mitchell, who I'm still big.
Oh,
fan
Donnie's
of.
still there. Yeah, no, he's got the size speed metrics for sure.
They need somebody. I mean, they have
What do you think of Roman
Deontay
Wilson?
Johnson. I like him as a third rounder. I don't think he'll last there. Although
but, like,
we don't have our third rounder, so
Like that's the thing though. I don't. He's got unique an interesting trade plan. Like he's 5'11", so like, but he's gritty. He's a good route runner and everything. But he also ran a 4.39. Like that's explosive, man.
I wonder what teams are not liking about Jason Newton.
I mean, I don't know why. I
Well,
don't.
he's
I
gonna
didn't
fall out of
assume
the
he was
first
a
round here.
rounder. I never assumed he was gonna be one. You thought he was for sure locked for the first?
I'd say a lock, but I thought I felt fairly confident.
A lot of people thought Cooper DeJean would be a lock for the first too.
I've seen the only thing about him is that weird like he gets that like not good in man coverage label, which I could see people turning
Cooper
off.
DeJean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Panthers pick is.
But I think I think he'd be great safety, honestly. So
Well,
did
that's
too.
why I think a lot of people downgraded him. Like they think he's like a transfer position type, so
or
that's the
nickel
project.
corner or whatever.
safeties
Yeah.
are not valued very highly in the draft these days.
That
Like-
seems odd to me. It's just a key position.
It is. I agree. I think that's why Branch fell.
Well, it could be kind of the nature
It could
of
be.
the
You might be
talent
right,
that
Dave. You might
but
be
he
right.
wasn't a safety.
I know, but he's
Literally
like
a corner.
he's not an outside corner either. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's,
though he can
he's
play
a
it.
tweener kind of guy. Yeah.
I think tweeners do cause issues, even though he's not really a tweener. Like the dude's like a legit like nickelback is clearly his position, but like he can play all the defensive backs, and we put him on the perimeter, and he holds up just fine. Like,
But when
So-
you get those
just
instinct
legit.
guys who just have the instincts for the game, those guys are game changers, man. And you know, Hutch is that guy, and he was the second pick in the draft. But
yeah,
you know, over who's the guy that picked Mark? His name, but
yeah,
Trayvon Walker.
Trayvon Walker. Hutch's instincts were head and shoulders above Trayvon Walker.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not even close.
Trayvon Walker's all
instincts.
traits.
Yeah,
well, they were in totally different places too in their journey of in their time in football. It's like, yeah, for
Agreed,
sure, though.
agreed. But when you get these guys that are instinctive players, it makes such a difference in the field.
Mhm.
During the game, I mean,
Well, like everyone can run fast and jump high in the NFL. Like, and there's a reason fast people, the fastest, aren't always the best. Like, it is so much more to it than
Right.
like it's as much about processing and recognition as it is about speed. Like, you don't even have to be that fast if you can process everything that's going on around you and understand the game at a deep level. You like
Absolutely.
one of my all-time favorite just NFL players ever was oh gosh, what's his name? He was a big like Samoan linebacker for the Patriots back in their heyday. Oh, what was his name? But he was like he wasn't the fastest guy, but man, that dude just understood the game. He'd find his way into getting picks all the time. Oh, what was his freaking name? I liked him a lot too. Shoot, I just haven't. He's been out for a long time. But like the point is, like you don't need to be the biggest, fastest, strongest to excel in football if you have.
I get that.
Well,
I get
your
that.
dream of the Lions hoping to get legit is unlegit. It's too legit.
Boy, here we go.
What the hell are you talking about?
Xavier
I think
Legit
you're
is
gonna
going to
find out in a
Carolina.
second.
Oh, you were saying legit instead of legit.
Yes.
third
So
round,
the Panthers trade up one spot to get
Panthers
Xavier
took-
Legit.
I mean, I'm not surprised. That's a good pick. The dude's an absolute stud.
That, my friends, that horn is signaling the end of round one and the end of this live stream. What a night. What a night. The Lions trade up. They provide some excitement for the fans. And
you did.
So yeah, so before we wrap up really quick, let's just note who we think the Lions might go after tomorrow. So if you're talking about, wide receiver, there's a ton of options still.
I think they're going to go after the best player on their board.
Thanks, Red Dog.
It's just so like I don't like what are you like? But let's be honest. Like again, I said this earlier. That filter of positional value is just so worthless when trying to figure out what they're going to do. I mean, then again, maybe I'm wrong because they did pick a cornerback. So.
Troy Franklin might be there late.
Oh,
Roman Wilson.
Troy Franklin at the end of the second round seems like a nice spot.
Roman Wilson could be there.
McConkey. Did McConkey get picked? He got picked.
Roman Wilson. I don't like Roman Wilson for us particularly, but
Franklin fits the taller mold.
Like Roman Wilson reminds me a lot of like Amon-Ra almost. Like I feel like he could thrive in a similar role, but we don't need another.
I mean, could the Lions? Part of me thinks the Lions are going to trade, so they have like some other third, fourth picks.
Who knows, man?
Luke McCaffrey could be an option if they do the trade back.
Coleman from Florida State.
If he's there, that'd be great. But
I mean, well, let's say my dream would be like someone like Fiske falling to us or something.
That's possible. Sweet. That's definitely possible.
Yeah, Fiske's possible.
Why do you like just think so lowly of Fiske?
Who thinks that?
Why do you think that's so possible? The dude has elite athletic traits at a really important position. I just don't get like this.
I think it's so possible he falls to us. That's all.
Yeah, but you said it would be like earlier, even like it was like almost like assumed that he'll definitely be available there almost.
I didn't say that.
I don't get that. I'm surprised. Like I wouldn't have been surprised if he went in the first round, but
he didn't. It's over.
I think he'll go well before us. But
my only concern is that the future of the offensive line that we have to feed into that with draft picks and I just hope.
Concerned about the O-line?
I am always. That's my like biggest concern. Believe it or not.
Oh, my shocked.
Christian Haynes, Cooper Beebe. Those are a couple other names. Thrown out there.
Out of Florida.
Jackson Powers Johnson did not go in the first round like I predicted earlier in the night.
Concussion's the big
Zach
one.
Zach Frazier from West Virginia,
Zinter.
still there.
Yep.
Zach Zinter probably not a second round.
I'm saying he'll be available.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, he might be.
No running backs, which is not shocking.
Not shocking.
The quarterback class is pretty bad after the first 5 taken, which makes sense and maybe why Denver took Bo Nix.
I'd say this draft probably. And I'm sure the Lions will paint this along those lines of that this fell like really, really well in our favor because of that run on offense early on. All those first teams just needed offensive talent that bad. And granted, there was a lot of really good offensive talent, but
definitely. But it also tells me that the Lions did want cornerback more than maybe I even thought they would. Like I know they made a couple nice free agent moves and all that, but maybe they really wanted gusset up that position a little bit. And, when this kid became available, one of the top corners in the whole draft,
Yep.
we got to pull the trigger on it. You know what I mean? So
I disagree, but I mean, I see what
I
you're
don't know.
saying. I just don't think that jives with anything Brad's told us, like, exactly their process.
No,
I
I know.
I agree that, like, defensive cornerback was a priority in the season, and he was gonna add to it and build to it. So yes, like, I do think cornerback was, like, in their priority this offseason, but I still think, and this is why I'm so excited when no matter who they pick, I'd be happy, is because it's about the player. Like, this is the guy they wanted. Like, they wanted this guy specifically. And so, like, if, like, say it was like the other guy at another position was that guy, I still think they would have picked a different position. But I think that a really unlikely scenario, or at least a very,
Well, maybe so.
hope and a wish kind of came true a little bit here.
Well, this kid was on a lot of big boards. He was like the 11th or 12th rated player on a lot of big boards, that high up. And we get him at 22 or 24. So, I mean, by that we did really well tonight.
Yeah,
we got a bargain.
And we got him. He was only the second rated at his position, which was, like you said, subjective. So
yeah. So anyway, awesome night. Interesting night, guys.
So I don't know if we'll be podcasting about the picks tomorrow, but if not, we will have our reaction to the entirety of the draft coming out early next week, if not sooner. So
maybe we'll
look out
throw
for
up
that.
some reactions or something.
Yeah, if you're still listening, please make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get alerted anytime we have other live pods. Would love to continue to do these. They're always fun to do live, especially when we have the comments going. Alfred, big commenter tonight, so you get the award for top volume of content.
Yeah.
Comments.
Alfred's the man.
And if any of you people know Alfred, just call him and just ease his worries a little bit, because he seems to be a little worried about things. Tell him to take it easy. It's okay. We're
Go watch the
right.
Lions beat Stafford in the playoff game tonight. Just watch the last 5 minutes at least. Put your mind at ease. But otherwise, before we wrap it up, another big thank you to producer Kid J, who just absolutely crushed it tonight. All the graphics, everything you saw, the ticker on the bottom, etc. Absolutely top of the line, just amazing. So big shout out to Kid J. Congratulations on Jared Verse for your Rams as well. He called it.
Nice.
He did call it. He predicted it.
Voice.
A big shout out to him. Thank you to SidelineReport.com for supporting the podcast. Spotify, Apple, where we get the podcast. Please download, please subscribe, please leave a review. We greatly appreciate that. Instagram at Drinking the Blue Kool-Aid, Twitter /X at Drinking Lions, and then of course on YouTube here where we had the live stream all night. At DTBK_Lions, or just type Drinking the Blue Kool-Aid or type DTBK. You should easily find us, unlike Alfred. Tonight, a tough time typing or something. But it shouldn't be too hard to find. Our logo is like a lion drinking next to a bowl of kneecaps.
And you can send us money if you want, and sandwiches, because we love sandwiches.
Smoked sausages also.
Smoked sausage.
Oh yeah.
And liquor. And liquor.
Sure.
Everyone knows that's what rules the world. And Kid J.
So Terrion Arnold, the Lions trade up for in the first round, and that's how it went tonight. A lot of records set, especially on the offensive side for this draft. 14 straight picked, 23, 24 overall offensive players picked. Just insane.
Walter gave us an A+ for a pick too.
So pretty wild. But really fun. And it should be fun to see what happens the rest of the weekend. Let's see if the Lions trade back at 2, or will they trade up again? Newton's still out there. But anyways, thank you everybody for listening. We greatly appreciate
Love
you
you
for tuning in
guys.
tonight.
Yeah.
And last
we
but not
appreciate
least,
y'all.
as always, go!
Oh, nice. I like that.
I love the roar. That's so good.